Hey, what's up?
So,
This is live. This is live right now. This is Flight Room Podcast. We are live on a Thursday. Sound like a remix episode. I'm your host, Remy Please. I'm with Keys. I'm with Lighthouse. Yeah, Thursday night football's on right now. The Browns are slightly ahead. And I don't know, let's recap, the football week that just passed. 2020 Washington football team. Let's jump into like this game preview with the the Green Bay Packers up in Lambeau. What do y'all expect? I know last week was, pretty much expected. Thought we was gonna get washed, and we got washed. I really thought it was gonna be more of a blowout than that. We're in the game, caused three turnovers. Was kind of even going into like the fourth quarter, like late in the third, we were still in the game. They kind of pulled away. But yeah, so how do you see this game play out? Are we getting better? Are we getting worse? I feel like the whole Tua news, Deshaun Watson news kind of get wrapped up this week. Like people want to hit the panic button. Maybe this panic button is just a diversion. But yeah, let's talk about Washington football team, the Packers coming up, and just our overall outlook on the team state right now.
it's I don't know. I feel like there's I think in order to find identity, you got to go through finding an identity, which is not like an easy thing to do. If we're gonna if we're gonna I don't know. I think it's like a week to week thing as to like what we expect from our quarterback. If I feel like one week when we were playing the Bills, we wanted Taylor Heineke to, you know what I'm saying, to be a
Gunsling
game,
it.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well, no, they wanted him to be a game manager,
Oh
you know what
yeah,
I'm
true.
saying? Like, yo, calm it down. Like, you doing too much running around and running out the pocket, X, Y, and Z. And then the moment that he doesn't do it, as he did last week, he didn't take off and run as much. He's actually trying to go through his reads. Now he got the coach on the coaching staff saying more so like, "Hey, what happened to all that running around that you were doing?" So I feel like the our organization is in like we're trying to win right now with a team that you can't kind of win with. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the defense. I don't know. It's a weird season that we're having. It's like we're better than what we are, but we're not. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Say we better than what we are, but we not. That's a good way to put it. But I think that I don't know. I don't really like the offensive gameplay. I don't really like the Scott Turner. I don't really feel what he's doing overall. I think J.D. McKissick needs to be more involved in the overall game plan. I think they need to make Terry McLaurin the center of the offense overall because he seems to be the player who shows up the most consistently. Antonio Gibson, if I mean we had, I think I like Antonio Gibson a lot. I think he's more of a tandem guy though. I don't know if you want to make him your every down back. I think he's a running back who needs, he can be the lightning to somebody's thunder type shit. I think he'd be like that type of guy. We miss Logan Thomas, definitely say that. And defense, man, I have no idea. Like, I just cannot figure that one out. Landon Collins is definitely he's past his prime. They might as well move him to linebacker. William Jackson, he ain't really showing.
Goodness
But he,
gracious.
he he ain't really earning his money right now.
What
And
has he done?
Yeah, the one pick in the
yeah,
Chargers game.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
He had that pick in the first game. That's about it.
Yeah, and they've been picking on him.
I haven't been seeing Cam Curl like that. I don't know what's going on. Like maybe I'm missing him, but I haven't really been seeing him that often. But I don't know what's up with the defense. As far as that Tua news though, I don't know if I want that move. I say we just go find somebody, draft them, and just groom a guy like that if we're going to go down that route. Or try to get another big name established guy like of a Matt Stafford type, ranking and type. Like if we can get a guy like that and bring him in. But outside of that, man, I don't really know what the plan is. I feel like Ron kind of hitting that panic button. Like the season ain't going as planned. He
Yeah.
like, man, fuck it. Let's see if we can bring Tua in this bitch. But I do think though that if they do bring Tua in here and Tua ain't balling off the break, I think Ron might go down with Tua. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the season, if it does go, I think if we trade Tua now, he only gonna get the rest of the season to establish himself, and I think it's a wrap after that.
My only thing with Tua, I don't think it's like I don't think it's a bad move. No, I don't think it's a good move, but I also don't think it's like a bad move because it's like he comes with injury history since college. Mm-hmm. We don't do well with injuries.
We don't at all.
You can see, we just do not do well with injury, and it's some soft tissue injuries with him, and that's something that he hasn't been able to shake since Alabama.
Yep, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And like we've been down that road. We've seen that movie before in this town over and over again. Like I just rather not. Like you said,
I'll pass.
Yeah. For sure.
I'll ride it out with Heineke. I mean, for right now, I mean, I like Heineke. I keep him as a backup, but is he the future of your franchise? No. I mean, obviously, when Fitzpatrick come back, I'm sure they're gonna give Fitzpatrick, the reins, to finish out the season. But we definitely gonna be looking for a quarterback going into the future.
As of this week, though, we gonna get our asses whooped.
Yeah. Let me touch on that whole Tua situation. Like, and it's funny, like, because we're like the third team involved. So if we're looking for a quarterback of the future, why not put all your chips in with Deshaun Watson? Like, why are we getting
drama? The drama, and women, and it's related to women and shit. Like, so,
yeah. And we'll probably get to that later on too, because it's some news that just broke. But as far as Tua, like, I mean, I don't have like too much bad to say about Tua, because like the book is still open about him. He does have like a weak arm, some mobility, so he's like pretty much a left-hand Taylor Heineke at this point. He could be better, down the road, because I think he has a higher ceiling. But I'm not in the position right now where we should be trading draft picks, because he was just a top 5 draft pick last year. So what do you think they're like? What's the asking price? You know what I'm saying? Because Houston don't want to. If he's coming here, that means Houston don't want him, and that means like we will be passing out like a high. It's not going to be a third day draft pick. It's going to be the first 2 days type draft pick that we're going to send over. So I'm not with that if that's what it takes to bring him in.
Yeah,
it's a premature decision. Like it's way too early. What week is this?
6.
Yeah. No, 7. This is week 7. Yeah. 6 just passed.
This is nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Right. Like Lyle said, just ride it out, man. Because you make a decision now, and it could. First of all, we set our franchise back when we drafted Haskins 5 years. And we can't fuck up no more.
Right. Like, and I'm just tired of having backup quarterbacks being our starter, from fucking Heineke to Keenum to Rex Grossman to Fitzpatrick. We just had, we're expecting starter play from backups, from career backups. So
or it's either that or we drafting quarterbacks and then they just flame out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Should just be we've missed on every damn quarterback.
And I'm not really that high on this class of quarterbacks coming in this year either. Like nobody pops out.
And Sam Howell was like the biggest name going into it.
He's not really. I watched like 3 of his games so far, and I don't see it.
So there's nobody who's jumping out at me right now for at least this season.
Right.
I mean, but now we got to also understand too that finding a quarterback it's like a very, very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Like that is like one of the hardest things ever, because it's like, I mean.
But it almost feels like everybody has one except us.
No, I wouldn't even say that.
It almost feels like it.
I wouldn't. But honestly, it's about the pairing too. Like like a dream scenario would be Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that pairing was just.
Or like Kyler Murray and what's his name? How that shit working out?
Exactly. Like that pairing is everything, and I feel like
I think it would work for some people regardless.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, look at the quarterbacks that we played so far this year. You draft Herbert, then it was Allen. Allen was pretty sorry his first year and a half, and then like he kind of blossomed. And that's like his second coach too. And then who was after that? Matt Ryan. Only the worst quarterback we played was Daniel Jones, and he might not make it out his
but
rookie
he had
contract.
he had a good game though.
Right.
The game he played against us though.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't
I
know,
feel
man.
like the NFL is kind of rich on quarterbacks right now, but I'm like they don't have like those Tom
Like-
Brady's and like Peyton Manning's and Drew Brees types like right
At the moment, at least.
yeah at the moment, but it
Like
looks,
our team is like the definition of I don't give a fuck how good your defense is. I just don't.
right.
If you don't have a quarterback, you are not going to do shit. Simple as that. I mean, even like mediocre quarterback play can get you a long ways. You know what I mean? But your
I mean, that's what Heineke giving us right now. He giving us pretty much an average lukewarm.
But that's what I'm saying. They expect it for our defense to be.
But our defense ain't been doing shit. We got the worst defense right now in the league, I think, right? Maybe like dead last with the same roster, young. Same roster. How y'all feeling about Chase right now?
I'm not hitting the panic button about Chase. I think
Not
Chase
yet.
is as far as a run game, he's a huge run stopper. He does get the hurries, the pressures, and all that stuff. He's there. It's just I don't know. He got to like add a little bit more to his bag. And for the most part, like when I look around the league and I see like these pure pass rushers, like even right now, Myles Garrett, like when it's like those money downs, third downs, fourth downs, stuff like that, his hand is in the dirt. Like he's coming from. A lot of times Chase Young is like standing up, like it's like, oh, what you gonna get? You gonna get the stutter move? I'm going inside. You know what I'm saying? But or the Bosa's, like their hands be like in the dirt. Like you already know what time it is. So I don't know. They got to switch that up.
I feel like the Redskins more than any other year was a year where they went in without a plan B. Like they got caught with their pants down with the
It looked like that.
It looked like they were
like
expecting the defense to be what it was last year or better. And they were expecting for what's the wide receiver we got? They were expecting Curtis Samuel to be there, and they were expecting
Logan Thomas.
Yeah, they kind of were all in on Fitzpatrick, yo. They was all in on that shit, and it was like, okay, wide receiver went down, quarterback went down, you know what I'm saying? Antonio Gibson's hurt.
Right.
Our defense ain't doing shit. Oh shit! Now we're exposed.
And it's just the depth on this team is kind of being exposed. Like, cause you see these starters going out and there's nobody to step up.
Yep, I agree.
And that's a Ron problem because he's like wearing so many hats, and you want to be in charge of personnel and stuff like that. That's on him.
It seemed like Ron be like banking on the fact that like niggas not gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like he just be thinking like, all right, we're good. We got Terry. We got like it's like nigga, we still need more. Like right. You gotta rotate these dudes. I don't think they use Antonio Gibson right. Like I feel like he could be used a lot more in a more dynamic way. I feel like they just be running this nigga up the middle like more than anything else. I'm like,
you're right, man.
I don't be understanding like how they the way. I think they're trying to make him into like a power speed back, and I don't think he's a power. Like,
exactly.
Because even though he's big, I don't think he's a power dude though. Like because even when he run up the middle, he don't really be moving. He don't be moving nobody.
He's not even a running back.
Yeah, he don't be moving nobody.
He's a wide receiver playing running back. Dog.
Hey,
but I think he's a special talent though. I think
absolutely
because he's a game breaker. Like you need those type of guys on your team. You need those niggas. Like anytime he touch the ball, he could take it the distance.
The way that Atlanta,
I don't think they're using him right.
The way that Atlanta is using Cordell Patterson is the way that we need to use Antonio Gibson.
I agree.
All over the field, yeah.
There's no one place for him. You know what I'm saying?
He's a weapon. He's not like a every down nigga. He's like a guy you just put him in certain spots and just let him do what he do. Like make sure you always like use him like how they trying to use Curtis Samuel pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't say he's a every down back type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you notice the difference when McKissick run the ball. You be like, oh damn. Like that motherfucker, he runs through the fucking hole. Like Antonio Gibson more dancing like he's in open field. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because that's probably how he's used to evading defenses in general. So it's like instinctive. He got to get out of that instinct.
Yeah. You know, our boy was reinstated by the league. Do you want to bring him back in? Darius Geis?
I mean, everybody else getting 50 billion chances. Why not him?
But he would be the perfect. He'd be the perfect compliment to Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, before that, wasn't he still on the roster when we drafted at the moment when we drafted Antonio? So they were supposed to be a tandem anyway.
But like you said, that's not good optics with the whole woman stuff. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. So they're not going to touch that.
He got fat though.
He got for real.
Yeah, he got.
I mean,
he gained weight.
He got some wild accusations, and some wild joints though.
Yeah, some super wild.
And they still coming out too. That's
all right, so we on that topic, the whole LSU topic.
What they doing
recently? Your boy Coach O, he came out of nowhere and said this is his last season. Like they're just a season removed from national championship, and he said he's stepping down. Obviously, they get in front of something, so
get out of Dodge.
Right? y'all believe there's something coming down the pipeline?
Yeah,
and I think this is directly linked to incidents with Darius Geis too.
I'm going down. I'm bringing a whole lot of niggas with me.
But if it's like that, why even continue to coach?
Yeah, I was listening to the Junkies and they were saying some shit about like how he had his girlfriend or something. Like I guess him and his wife getting a divorce and he was bringing his girlfriend to the practice with her kids and shit like that. Yeah, there you go.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there you go right there. He's still married. He hasn't like officially divorced his wife yet, but he still be like all around campus with his girlfriend. I guess they just saying that shit just look messy. You know what I'm saying? And he be bringing her to the practice with her kids.
I mean,
I think like when you get like that big in the community, especially like these football towns, you know, where football is pretty much everything.
Supreme.
Yeah, like you kind of get too like, big.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He has like kind of political influence out there, so it's like you can't just be out here just doing what you want to do.
Ain't nobody gonna go to that nigga and be like, "Yo, you are wilding, dog.
Yeah.
You wilding right now."
Yeah, I know, right? But I don't think he clearly don't care.
So he said he's gonna step down next year,
the end of the season.
After this season, because I thought it was strange to him. Like, damn, they just was like you said, just a couple years removed from a championship. And then all of a sudden he's stepping down. Then he from New Orleans. He got the accent. Louisiana. He got the accent. You know what I'm saying? Like he just fit the whole mold of LSU and shit. Then like he's stepping down all of a sudden. So it's got to be some sort of dirt that's involved. So I guess that should play out. I mean, I like Orgeron, but we'll see. We'll see how that should play out.
And they saying Jimbo Fisher is like automatically. Like he's going to be the one that make the jump over to LSU.
Damn, Jimbo Fisher just went from Florida State to Texas A&M to LSU. But once I'm telling you, but I think Jimbo Fisher at LSU could be like some Nick Saban to Alabama type shit. Like I think if you get Jimbo there, oh yeah, like Alabama and LSU going to be clashing.
You mean I got the big joker, the little joker?
I'm telling you, it's the clash of the Titans, because Jimbo showed he can coach, young. He had Florida State out there. Then you seen what Texas A&M been doing since he.
And you see what Florida State is now.
And then you see what Florida State is now.
God
so
damn.
As soon as he left them niggas in shambles. Yo. He did though.
God
Florida State trash.
Oh my God.
They lost to Syracuse, didn't they? They lost to some whack ass team before that. Yeah. Jacksonville State. They lost to Jacksonville State. Good night.
That's a shame. Not Florida. Florida State ain't supposed to lose in no Jacksonville State ever.
Yeah.
But see, this the thing. You like the way he ended it. Just sounds a little like nigga. Is everything okay?
It might be even deeper than just the girlfriend. It might be more to the story. You know what I'm saying? I think even just having a girlfriend, he might just be making himself hot.
I think a lot is
or draw more attention to him. Make
I think it's like
you know
some Darius Geis, Art Browse, type situation where he kind of like neglected something somebody brought to his attention, and he kind of like either covered it up or told somebody to kick rocks. Like don't he used probably his influence to say, you know what, don't publish that story.
I mean, but what was Darius Geis doing that was just so fucking wild and caught? Because I'm like, I hear the stories, the shit that came out.
This nigga was like exposing himself to people and shit like that. Beating bitches up.
That's what I'm saying. I heard about that. I heard him he be out here just beating up women and shit. Like, so yeah, he I mean, how you just like it just make me think, right? Let's just hypothetically, like if you at a whatever, I say you a head coach or you like a athletic director at some university, and you know that you got a wild player that you bringing in, but he a 5-star blue chip linebacker, but it's almost like you dropping him on campus amongst like normal people, and you just letting this nigga run rampant. Like, I know there's some dudes out there that they know is a problem. They was like, this dude does not belong on the college campus. But this nigga's a 5-star. Like I'm sure Aaron Hernandez was one of those guys where they was like,
they said it.
This dude probably shouldn't be on the college campus, but he's just a fucking stud.
And that's probably what make it worse because like now there's like nobody's like really watching over him.
Nobody can do nothing. They probably can't really stop him from doing nothing, but unless they get the law involved and shit.
Right.
And a nigga like Aaron Hernandez, you can just imagine he was probably just fucking terrorizing around that fucking campus. But I'm sure he was.
Yeah,
sure he was.
Yeah,
him and Tebow just going hard. Sight.
Yeah, right. Him and Tebow was like the
Oh my
God.
Then
they say they try to get Tebow to like chaperone him or some shit like that or some crazy.
He do a good job.
Hey, man, go over there and talk to that man.
He should have laid hands on him.
Go talk to that man. He need help.
It was them Pouncey brothers. Was probably egging his ass on.
Damn. So he only gonna be there in this. So he's going to leave at the end of this. Damn.
Under this season. That's if some don't come out.
He like one of my favorite coaches, yo.
Yeah,
I heard Lane Kiffin was another one that might be in that.
He's a fucking college football whore.
I know. I literally said that same shit. He ain't got no loyalty to nobody. He would.
They go leave.
That motherfucker
tomorrow.
will leave you tomorrow.
Middle of a game plan.
I'm out.
He would leave in the middle of a play. He would. I was like, how many? Who is he? He's with USC.
Tennessee.
Yeah. How many damn teams is he gonna be?
He was the offense coordinator for Alabama.
You just see the headset on the sideline, just sitting there. Like, where did he go?
He was with UCF too recently too.
Yeah, he was. That was my 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, and they was pretty good.
I think he on a new team like every damn year. It seems like almost. But yeah.
Hey, since we talk about colleges. I'm hearing that some of y'all motherfuckers be living in some dirty ass conditions.
Oh my damn! Why you gotta say it like that?
Niggas be living in dirty ass conditions. I'm hearing like, what's going on? Like, is it really that serious at Howard? Have y'all heard anything? Because based off what I'm hearing, Gucci said he ain't performing because of the living conditions on some of these campuses. What? I mean,
do we have any images, some photos?
Let me jump on Twitter.
I mean, cause is it niggas being bougie?
No. Or is
niggas is like for real?
But when they talking about the living conditions, like what? Like no AC, like fucking like
infested.
Yeah, like fucking roaches,
like mold and roaches and rats in the cafeteria. I heard
they all on Georgia Avenue though.
Yeah, deep as shit.
There's some big ass rats too, nigga. Yep. Those ain't no rat. Those shits be like fucking marsupials. Those shits, yeah, they exactly. Those shits. That's what they look like. I had the one time I seen the Dare joint was like, is that a rat? Like, I was trying to make sure that actually was a rat, like, because that shit did not. It was big as shit.
Remember that joint that we seen going into the studio when we was leaving the studio?
Nigga, they be all like
the whole
wrestling. They be wrestling, making shit all fucking loud and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this motherfucker is disgusting though.
But yeah, if you got rats in your living space, That's kind
So
of
what is the purpose of them? You know how like they say like every animal or every living thing has a purpose. Like what is a rat's job? Like you know, are they just supposed to like just eat up the waste or something? Like that's their job.
That's a good question.
Nigga,
Huh?
I don't know.
Like you
They
know,
fucking
they
carry
bottom. They
disease.
clearly like bottom feeder type animals. So
Yeah.
if they got a job like the I guess they eat the waste that's left over. I don't know. Eat the decomposing food. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're rodents, so they eat like you said.
Oh,
Like,
the motherfuckers making me want to throw
wait,
up.
what is that?
Mold.
How long did he let his hat sit?
That's what I was saying. Well, how long was your hat? Like you pulling that hat out? Like hold on, man.
But meanwhile, like
How you gonna
these
blame? Oh, you can't blame Howard for that shit, bro. Nigga, your hat should not be looking like that. You know what I'm saying?
but these Bama's are like camping out, you know, sleeping in like the halls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they using
Oh
this as
my
like evidence.
gosh,
Yeah.
What in the fuck?
But they
where's
breathing
that
that
coming
in.
from?
It's just because they got leaks and stuff all over the building.
Yeah, nah, they did. That's definitely a
Yeah, that's not safe.
that's not safe at all. That's inhumane for real.
Yeah.
Like
But
niggas shouldn't be
in the
breathing.
meantime, like, you know what I'm saying? They having like their normal pep rallies and stuff for Howard Homecoming. You know, it's a big week for them. They bringing a lot of money for not only Howard, the city too. And this is like another thing, bro. Like this is a reason why some, you know, alumni at, I don't know how it is at other schools, but HBCUs like really be reluctant to to like, you know, give back because like you just remembering your experiences, like, you know, was the money always spent on us? You know what I'm saying? Like these new buildings get, you know, revamped like years after we was there, but like we was living in some bullshit.
Yeah, what I mean, I mean, think about it. Like as much as you hear about Howard, like you hear Howard, like Howard is like, you know, is one of the top quote unquote HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's but so how can like this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that Howard would be a more along the lines of those quote unquote taking care of HBCUs. They would
Yeah, I
have,
agree.
you know what I'm saying? They would have like some of the best.
For
Look
the
at that
leaking
shit.
pipe, yeah.
Like that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? That's unacceptable anywhere.
You're not look at the air filters not getting changed and shit.
Right.
Like that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying?
And you sending your child there, you know what I'm saying?
And you have no idea that
Right.
they living like that.
Yeah, I mean it's unacceptable. The students have all right to do whatever, however they're going about this protest. I for one didn't know that it was that was an issue like that until I mean honestly until this topic came up. So I hope that they get some, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit that they are fighting for. Because if I'm spending my money, you know what I'm saying, like it's not like college is free unless you're there on the
No
free stuff.
bullshit.
Like you know what I'm saying, like I'm paying money just like you go to a restaurant, you pay, you know what I'm saying, for goods and services. Like I expect quality in return, especially at Howard University.
It's Howard a private or public school?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's private, but I don't know. But are they because I want to say like who's like overall whose job is that to take, you know, make sure shit like that is okay?
the presidents, I don't know, the trustees, all that stuff.
But is it the schools' self responsibility, or is that something like, you know, something that this, I guess the city could come in and, you know,
I would
you know
hope.
what I mean?
You know, that's a good question.
It's probably
Like,
private because it's not like state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it is the District of Columbia and shit. Well, I hope the best for them, man. Hopefully they get what they want.
And if anybody that watches this can, you know, let us know like how we can maybe help step in. Like I'd rather give my money directly to
And you know what's tough for Howard though?
Than give it.
You know how
Howard.
like when we were at Bowie, like all of that kind of land out there, they can expand if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? They built new apartments and stuff like that. It's very hard in the city, especially where they are,
Yep.
to to like
I heard
outbuild.
I heard they sold one of them dorms, and now it's like a expensive ass apartment building.
Well,
Just for
there
like
you
regular
go.
people.
Like that's an issue.
Yeah.
That is an issue because like you said, Bowie, they could expand brand new buildings. They got buildings on that campus that's 3-4 years old, but Howard, these buildings been there for like over 100 fucking years. Like what you gonna do?
Right.
It's like goddamn. There's only so much you can do, but like you said, but if somebody paying them, they'll turn that shit to a new condo. So I mean, there's something that can definitely be done.
Right.
About
You
those,
got your Diddy's and your Tarajis and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all these alumni, somebody gotta do something. They got voices and names and shit. They can make some noise about that.
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like it like
say we not gonna perform in DC or some shit or we not gonna come to your Howard homecomings or some shit, man. Something gotta be done. Because for real, Howard homecoming always a big deal. So maybe even if celebrities themselves, the artists just be like, we're not gonna come to no more Howard homecomings until y'all fix those living conditions, then maybe that should have helped.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, Gucci Mane already did that, but I think like somebody needs to step in and actually make like a push to actually make changes. Like the first step.
Yeah, the donations those only go but so far. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just money in a pot.
Right, because they might use that money to book another artist.
True.
So
yeah, that's damn. I didn't know they was. Whew.
Yeah,
now, I'm not gonna say we didn't have the best of living conditions, but nigga, we wasn't.
Especially when we moved out and shit. Like that shit was trifling.
Oh God, yeah, Mm-hmm. There's some nasty motherfucker, and that's another thing too that you realize too. Like when you go from high school to college and you live off, you be like, yo. Nick, some dudes, some people in general are just nasty.
Yep.
Some people are just hygiene, personal
upkeep, all that shit. Yeah,
this is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You can't teach that to a nigga that's in college. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
That's trifling, bro. Like some cats in college, they just nasty. They just personal hygiene is just off the not there, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially if it's your roommate and somebody you don't see it coming.
Like damn.
That's one thing with college, man. You be meeting motherfuckers from a whole different walk of life, and you just slam them into the same place and they supposed to live together. And sometimes it work out. You might meet your best friend, a friend for life, and then other times you might meet like somebody y'all just don't even click immediately. So it should be happening.
Yeah, man. I definitely, man. Look. More power to those protesters at Howard, man. I hope y'all get y'all living conditions straight, because that's where you lay your head at, and to be breathing all that shit, and that's an issue.
For sure. Yeah. You know what? NBA kicked off yesterday.
Show did.
Wizards got that first dub.
They look good too, man.
Yeah, they look good. All right, so let's do a way too early top 5 teams in the league. Way too early.
God damn.
Right, way too early top 5 teams in the league.
Way too early.
All right, way too early, man. Lakers, Golden State. Milwaukee, the champions. Definitely got to throw the champions in there. I might say the Sixers.
Got to.
Might say the Sixers. And that's 4. And you said the Heat. You think so?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Heat.
Yeah.
I gotta throw the Heat in there. But yeah, I got the same 5, just in different.
Because I think adding Kyle Lowry is a very underrated move. You know what I'm saying? Because he bring that veteran leadership to that team. And then you already got Like they're not gonna miss a beat. Basically, he gonna bring to them more than what they more to the table than what they already have. So it's like he was almost like a guy. He's gonna move to that team and fit right in. He's just gonna fit right in with them.
But so wait. All right, so Brooklyn without Kyrie.
Oh, I forgot Brooklyn too. I mean, they lost that first game, but it's still early. I wouldn't put too much in it because they got KD, and they got Harden. I think they're gonna be all right. I think they're gonna be fine. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Lakers without Kyrie, but I think they're still gonna be a top tier team in the East.
I think Atlanta might take a step back.
You think so? They was whooping Dallas ass though tonight.
They was
whooping Dallas ass.
I'm gonna go with Nets, Lakers, Heat, Clippers, Suns. Top 5.
Oh, you got the Suns in there?
Yeah, they're gonna.
I like the Clippers. I don't know about the Suns though. Did they add anybody from last season?
They didn't.
They had nobody.
No.
I don't know. I might fuck with the Clippers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Kawhi, I feel like Kawhi probably gonna get healthy again. So I think they're gonna definitely be something to reckon with. I don't know, man. Even though Phoenix made it to the finals last season, it's something about them. I'm just not always sold on them. I don't know what it is. I got CP3 though.
I can also put Denver up there too.
Yeah, can't throw Denver out there. We'll see what happens with them.
Mm-hmm.
They got the MVP. It's gonna be a good season though. I see some good shit coming. I wonder if anybody going to break out though. Who's going to be a surprise team that came out of nowhere? Probably Chicago. I can see Chicago coming out of nowhere. Yeah, and I can see us. I can see the Wizards coming out of nowhere too. Because if you really look at that roster, they actually kind of deep. The Wizards are actually you got probably about 4 guys that can get their own bucket, and we ain't never had that shit. So
yeah, I think Kuzma got to chill the fuck out though.
But you know what? I was thinking about that. I can see Kuzma. I can see Brad like looking at Kuzma like, oh, okay,
he was doing
like,
I'm
the star, nigga. Chill. Like, I definitely see it. I can see Brad and Kuzma.
Hey, he was happy. He was happy.
I think that because I think Kuzma kind of a little thirsty this season. I think he looked at this as an opportunity to get because he ain't playing in no LeBron shadow no more and all those other guys, so he has a chance to like really shine this season.
I think it was just like really like
he was. I seen him. I was watching. I seen that.
He's inspired, guys.
You could see. I think it was like the end of the third when he like waved off Bradley Beal for like the last second, like the last possession, and then Brad was like, "Nigga,
you got this one. You better make that shit." Nah, I think they excited right now. You know what I'm saying? It'll calm down.
I like the team, man. There's some athleticism with the big men, and then we still Thomas Bryant still ain't be back yet too. So I think he's gonna help.
They're gonna ship him out.
You think they're gonna trade him? You think they sold on Gafford? Gafford's their guy now.
He's way more athletic and can actually like finish in the post.
Yeah, I mean Thomas Bryant, he can knock down the 3 though. So I think he got some value, and he bring energy. And but Harrell, he balled out last night too.
Yeah, so. And I like him coming off the bench too.
We bring energy, and that's another thing. We ain't had like an enforcer type guy in a long ass time. So I think that's another vital piece that we could use. So I think this Wizards team, man. I think this Wizards team could probably finish about 5th in the East this year. I think they're going to be better this year than they were last year.
I agree.
That's not bad. 5 shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I agree. He's not that well. Boston, Nets, Bucks, Sixers.
You gotta stay healthy though.
That's off break. Then Atlanta, us. Yeah.
What about Houston?
Nah.
I was thinking about the Jazz too. Not in the top 5, but like one of those.
Jazz teams. That's definitely a sleeper team. I agree with that.
I'm even looking at the Timberwolves. It looks like Anthony Edwards is going to be a fucking star.
He's starting to show up. Oh,
Yeah.
LaMelo too. LaMelo ain't
Yeah.
fucking with these niggas. He's not playing at all. Yeah, LaMelo about to show out, man. You seen that joint with the Lamborghini? He
Yeah.
had the highlighter Lamborghini and suit. I was like, oh, this nigga is
Right.
he different. I was like, he different. He gonna be one of those niggas that's gonna be like stunting all the time and not gonna not gonna care. Like I can tell he's not gonna give a shit.
His ass too yellow be wearing something bright.
So the broke nigga says something. Cause he gonna be every day.
All right, so yeah, we throwing around all these NBA names. The actual list, the top 75 greatest players of all time, just came out because it's the NBA's 75th season. So yeah, there's some snubs. There's some. I think like overall, this topic I want to get to. Like, do you think they need to revise this shit like every 5 to 10 years? Because how is it possible? Like the top 50 greatest players came out like 1996. I remember they had them nice ass like jackets on like an All-Star weekend or some shit like that. But yeah, like they need to like revise this list like every 5 to 10 years because like I think right now kind of like we're kind of like gasping and some of these current players glory. Like they put James Harden in that shit already. And I don't think like he's definitely on his way there, but it's a little too early to put him in there. So I don't know, like what stood out to y'all?
You got the list?
Who's in? Y'all can find the list.
I mean, I did see some of the people who got left out, like Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady was left out of there. There was some other noticeable names, but yeah, Penny Hardaway didn't make the top 75. I mean, I got to see the list, but there's a lot of guys that like had a short period where they was like real popular and real, but I guess they just didn't have the longevity. But yeah, maybe I would say like maybe every 10 years, probably do a list just to go through like a little era, to give guys time to go through their whole career. Because some guys they might have careers that might last 6 to 8 years. You have other guys that might last 12 to 14. So maybe if you adjust it every 10 years, then that'll like maybe give you more time to let guys' careers play out. So
I just want to get a good graphic, but it's in slides. You can see that?
Yeah. Let me see.
Some of these names, I'm like, who? Dave Bing. Who the fuck is Dave Bing?
I've heard of Dave Bing, but he from back in the day. Like I think he got Maryland ties, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see.
Bill Sharman. Who the fuck is Bill Sharman?
I've never heard that name in my life.
Magic Johnson. We got to talk about him later. That wild ass comment.
Wait.
What's his name? Ain't make it either. Who was that dude? From
Somebody said Dwight Howard not being on here.
Yeah, Dwight Howard ain't make the joint. Dwight Howard ain't make the joint.
I mean,
Dwight Howard was on his way to. Well, he had a Hall of Fame career, but I think
but if you pull up Dwight, if you go on his wiki right now,
his reputation is like staining what he's done, his accomplishments.
I don't know, bro. It's not too many players can say what Dwight Howard did his first few years.
That's what I'm saying. When he first started a career,
though,
he was like on all-time, great big man type shit, and then like
right.
he just.
So was RG3, but we see how that ended.
Yeah, that was just one season though. Like that Dwight Howard was like, he right now he has Hall of Fame of hardware, like the number of times he was Defensive Player of the Year and All Pro and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
These are Dwight Howard Jones. 8-time All-Star, 5-time All NBA. First team, 3-time defensive player of the year.
Yep.
4-time defensive first team.
But I think he's a product of just too soon. Like you said, if you update this in another like 10 years, it'd be on it. Just because there's the recency effect of Dwight Howard happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
But another 10 years they put him on there.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I think that he's kind of being what's the word? He's being haunted by that, that recency shit, like just the I guess his overall reputation.
You say McGrady ain't
But
make it?
If
Yeah,
McGrady
McGrady
or
not on
McGrady
here.
or Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter definitely got to be on that joint somehow. I don't know how he not on that joint.
Damn.
Is
Fucking
it
Dave Owens.
is it in order though?
Nah.
Is Patrick Ewing on that joint?
Yeah,
Okay.
I ain't see Tim Duncan yet.
Now you know Tim
he's
Duncan
definitely
on
on
there.
here.
Okay.
100%.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay. What about
Chris
his
Paul?
boy Tony Parker?
Nah, he's not on here.
Tony Parker not on here?
Mm-mm. Tony Parker's like stats are not out there. He got
don't
the
think so?
titles.
He played in the big games. He got the titles. You know, he got the legacy as far as being part of great teams. But yeah,
his career stats is like 12 points, 5 assists. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so you think that what's his name that played for the Celtics?
What, Kemba Walker?
Nah,
Rajon Rondo.
nah, not Paul Pierce.
He's on
Is
here.
he on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's 100% a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Paul, there you go.
Someone got some feedback.
Is it me? Yep. Is it me? Let me try.
It's echo like shit.
I mean, I'm about to.
Yo.
It's gone.
Yo.
It's gone.
All right,
All right,
cool.
well, that's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, they should definitely adjust this every 3 to 5, I believe.
You see how they rank them, though.
Of course, that'd be
Ain't nobody
Ain't
want to smoke on that shit.
But definitely somebody gonna be salty they got left off that top 75. Because I remember it was top 50 at first. I remember top 50 was the thing, and now that they making it top 75. So I know there's a lot of guys who probably wasn't top 50. You'd be like, man, I know I'm at least top 75. And then you ain't making top 75.
Top 75 at least.
I know, and now they ain't making it. I know they gonna be somebody mad.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I was looking for the original 50. There's probably even more like obscure names. Niggas is playing in black and white. No 3-point line. Dribbling with one hand.
Exactly.
Up and down the court. Like, I don't know. I can't put those guys in this.
Yeah, I mean, those guys was at a time where the athletes wasn't, wasn't as good as they are now. But just imagine what the athletes would be like let's say in like 2050 though. Just imagine that shit. Like, what if you fell asleep today and woke up in 2050? Like, what's the first thing you would Google? Like, what do you think the world would be like, I guess, in basically another 30 years? What's the first thing you're gonna look up if you fell asleep, went to Google, and just to see what the fuck is going on in the world? In 30 years, what's your predictions? Or what are you gonna do? What are you gonna look up?
Was Corona a hoax? Shit take time to get debunked and all that stuff and swept under the rug. I want to.
The first thing I'm probably gonna look up is if is the dollar still relevant? Like, is the dollar completely gone? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I'm probably gonna look up. Like,
how much a Bitcoin is worth? Yeah,
right. Like, are we even completely finished? Or is it all money digital now?
What's the next J drop?
Right.
59.
59. Wouldn't that be crazy? In another 50 years, they still dropping J's. That's crazy.
That would be crazy. Like, I mean, I'll be thinking they like. See me and tell me in the last 30 years, we ain't had another athlete like Michael Jordan. Like, ain't none of y'all niggas transcend Michael Jordan. Like, still to this time. Like, goddamn. Unless you know how great Mike was, if that shit happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did we ever?
50?
Did we ever win the Super Bowl?
I know. That'd be another one. Did the Redskins ever win the fucking Super Bowl, man?
Because Angels win the pennant.
Some shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Who the president is, that'd be definitely a question. Or do we even still have presidents? Or what are the fucking robots doing? Because I know in 30 years, them goddamn robots is gonna be outside, like like nigga, you gonna be getting your pizza delivered by a fucking robot, like on wheels going down your sidewalk and shit.
Hey, I think that's like right around the corner.
That's
Like,
what I'm
pretty
saying.
much,
I know
they showed
for a
like
fact.
that Domino's commercial.
That's what they exactly. That's just gonna be in 30 years. That's gonna be like average. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be having some shit like that. I think we basically on the verge of the Jetsons. I mean, I ain't saying we like as far as we ain't gonna be flying. I don't think it's gonna be flying cars and shit, but we definitely gonna be. It's gonna be like robot life all around type shit. You know.
What if you go to Google to try to Google it and it ain't no Google?
Yeah, it might be some
like,
whole new shit.
Matter of fact, Facebook is changing their name.
Oh, for real? I ain't hear about that.
Yeah, I heard that shit today. Facebook is changing their name.
You know.
I swear. Look at that shit up right now. Facebook is changing their name
to face scan or some shit like that.
And it's hey, you ain't far off. They're trying to incorporate, like, because I guess people are looking at Facebook. I don't know, man. That whole whatchamacallit shit, ever since they had that chick come on and say that shit, it's just a lot of weird shit been happening since that.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, that yeah, it's crazy. Why would you want to change that? That's crazy.
Would it want to make it more friendly?
I don't know.
But what else would be relevant? Like, if you just straight up, like you said, you just woke up, 50-year nap. Like, what would be like the first, if you had no information, no idea what was going on, like, what would be the most important information you need to know before you even go outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the most important shit that you would even know just to even get around? Like, even just the means of transportation. You know what I'm saying?
I think money. Money is a huge thing. Like, how
money
am I,
probably
like,
the first thing, yeah.
Money, and then
probably like
nigga,
what motherfuckers is wearing too. Because if you just step out and you're like, damn, like, what the fuck you wearing?
Right.
Yeah,
you look like
you look like
basically it's gonna be like you just fresh out of jail and you don't know what the fuck. Like, it's basically like the same shit, you know.
Oh man.
Don't know how to do nothing. Like, you over here thinking technology, like, oh yeah, we be on our smartphones. Like, nigga, they probably be on some. Like, they don't even have to dial. They don't even have to touch a phone. They just be like,
it's
this
gonna be integrated to like your.
like, I was like, they could just be dialing like this to the air.
I bet it is.
It's probably gonna be some shit. Or you just
shit.
gonna create like a fucking joint, like, you know what I'm saying, and just start dialing.
That whole
shit.
The shit Elon Musk trying to do with the whole, like, the little thing in the back of your head, that Neuralink thing. You never seen him?
Nah, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's like it's an implant like in the back of your head, and it's like you have like access to, like, you know, infinite amount of research and stuff. So we're probably gonna be like, you know, part cyborg for real. At least the rich ones.
What if you fell asleep? I mean, like, what if you took a nap and, like, let's say you had like $50K in your savings.
Look at this nigga. Look how he hop on the joint.
What's up, Simo?
What up, nigga?
Hey, look, if you fell asleep for 50 years and you woke up, what's the first thing you Googling?
Hold up.
This nigga.
Say that again.
I said if you took a 50-year nap, you went to sleep for 50 years and you woke up, what's the first thing you're Googling?
First thing I'm Googling.
Yeah.
You caught him off guard.
He said,
shit, I'm Googling where my stock's at, dog. Where my stock's at?
Yeah, that's
honestly
a good one.
where my stock's at, because I know I had some shit on set. I had some shit on set. I didn't know where they at right now.
Yeah, you gotta see where the money is.
I'm a quadrillionaire or some shit.
As a matter of fact, that'll tell you a lot. If you have if you are a person who invest in multiple stocks, like your portfolio is pretty diverse, and you took that nap and you woke up, your portfolio may tell you a lot about what's happening
It'll
in
be
the
on
world.
should be on some dumb
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? It'll tell you a lot, especially if you got a nice portfolio in different, you know what I'm saying, in different
Hold on,
things.
I'm turning this shit down.
Like, oh, niggas is on this now. Niggas is no longer on that.
Hey,
You know?
I think a good joint would be is racial inequality still a thing. I think that'd be because I'm like, man, like think about that shit. Like,
It don't
think back,
matter. It
do you
don't
think
matter
back?
if these stocks is all right.
I mean, but look though, right? I mean, that you got a good point. But let's say like back, because what, like back, you know, in the '60s or whatever the fuck '40s, do you think they would thought that niggas would be having the same conversations, you know, 80 years later?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So think about that. Like, nigga, will racial inequality really be a thing or really be a conversation even in 30 more? And then that means it's like, is everything we doing now, even for anything, if that is a thing in 30 years, you know?
I'm Googling World War III. Like, did it ever happen?
That's a good one.
Yo, I don't like this new iPhone, dog. I can't hear y'all niggas. What the fuck?
Oh my
You got a droid there, sir.
The last joint, I can hear y'all niggas, but y'all can't hear me. Shit.
Man, you gotta get that Samsung.
God damn. Huh.
That's another thing you Googling.
Samsung.
Exactly. Why this fucking
No,
audio
what
not
iPhone
working?
number we on?
What iPhone? Hey, listen. The
89.
Right, as fast as these motherfuckers come out, they dropping like J's now.
iPhone 7. They just start over again. We're reinventing the wheel.
Oh, shit.
Random dog.
Space travel.
Space. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is
Space
niggas on
travel,
the moon?
like,
I thought I was on vacay. I still got to go get the baby milk. I'll be right back.
he feeling himself.
Uh-huh. Out there feeling good.
Oh God. He finally outside. You know he been quarantined all this time.
Oh shit. What else? Maybe like, you know what I'm saying, the latest foods, like is you know, new restaurants are gonna pop up, but like, is like McDonald's still a thing, or did we like go green?
They forever gonna be a thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did everybody merge over and go vegan? And like, it's the plant, you know what I'm saying? Is the food industry is like that taking like a huge hit because everybody went vegan or shit like that, you know?
I mean, that's interesting because you gotta look at how shit was when you was growing up. Like, just think about like certain streets, certain like little shopping centers, how that shit used to look when you was like 6, and now that shit look like got condos and, you know, all kinds of shit now. So I mean, you know, it's shit just gonna keep evolving. So, you know, you can just imagine what shit will be like in another 30 years. But I think, like, even like you said, McDonald's ain't going nowhere. I think McDonald's is just gonna keep evolving. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that shit ain't going. I think. What companies do you think ain't going to be around in 50 years? You know what I'm saying? Or who you think is going to definitely still be around? Like, what big corporations?
Target gonna be gone.
You think Target
done?
You think so?
Yeah, I think a lot of these like food junks, like Giant and shit, is all. I think like Walmart is gonna like consume like a lot of these places, like
or Google.
Yeah, Google or Amazon. Yeah,
Amazon. Because I think that Amazon grocery store shit with you just like hit
walk
the joint
in and
walk in and
yeah,
I think that's pretty much where grocery stores is going to be going.
I saw Staples the other day and I was like, wait, they still have Staples? When last time you been to Staples?
Not, I mean, a couple of joints around here. It's a few of them joints around here.
But everything in there is everything that's in Walmart.
Yeah, you're right. At Walmart
for the Lowski.
Yeah, Walmart eliminating a lot of those stores though.
Staples.
I mean, it has
charge you fucking $30 for a stapler.
Your fucking Radio Shack and all that shit is gone because of them.
Right.
Good old Radio Shack.
Circuit City.
Man, you throwing it back.
Shit, Best Buy might eventually get up out of here too.
Every single time I go into Best Buy, I feel like I'm the only nigga.
I was about to say that. Every time I go in that joint, people don't really be at Best Buy like that no more.
But they do have like smaller stuff though, that when you need that shit, it comes in handy.
Yeah.
And that Best Buy credit card, no interest for 12 months, big baby. Yeah.
But they ain't
Shout
gonna
out
be
to Best
around.
Buy.
I think Home Depot gonna still be around.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't get
Yeah.
away. You can't get rid of no place like that. You know, everybody need that type of shit. But yeah, I definitely think Home Depot, them type of joints like that shit's gonna be gone. Because even them Office Depots been closing down too. Them shit's been closing down. So
Ooh, I got one. Top 10 artists.
Oh.
what you mean? What you mean?
Like I would want to know who the top 10 artists and I
Or
would
just
go
at
top
that
10.
time. At that time.
Yeah, at that
Yeah.
time. Like, all right, what they
Yeah,
on
well,
now?
what's the music right?
Yeah, what
they
What
on?
are people listening to? That tell you a lot about the culture, what the state of the people are at
Yep.
that moment. Whatever music they listen to, that let you know all you need to know.
Yep. You be like,
Shit,
oh,
what a hip hop or rap be like in 20, 30 years? Because that shit getting, you know, we seen the BET Awards, so you know, some shit might not even be. The forefathers of hip hop did not see this coming. You know what I'm saying?
at all.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So
Why
that-
you laughing?
Rap might be some. It might not
Infiltrated.
even be. It might be. I think it's starting to become infiltrated. It might not even be like ours no more by that time. You know?
Right.
It might be some whole other shit.
Bunch of pom poms.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, that shit might get taken all the fucking way over. Like, you know.
I said a bunch of pop.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Nothing surprises me no more, man.
Well, I guess that's a red flag. I know y'all been
Right.
seeing this emoji everywhere on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, what is the
I
expression?
seen them popping up. I'm like, all right, here we go. What's this?
Right.
Yeah, what is this?
It's just people, you know, saying like a certain situation in society. Oh, that must be a red flag. Oh, he doesn't open the door for you. Oh, he doesn't pay dinner on the first time. Oh, that's a red flag. Thrown away.
All right,
Shit
so
like
what
that.
do you get? What do you get out of this? What do you think this is all about?
Just I don't know. Just like everything on like social media, it's like always point a finger at something, gang mentality, everybody, you know, get wits, stuff like that. But however, there are some red flags out there that I think we could share. But as far as like what's going on Instagram right now, I don't know, just a lot of foolishness.
So it's more of the same. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be one of those things where, like, now because this is a trendy thing now, every time you interact with someone say, "Ooh, that's a red flag."
Right.
Ooh, that's a red flag. But he just did. Ooh, that's a red flag because that's just the trend now. Everybody looking
Hey,
for red flag.
you just made a song, Lighthouse.
Right.
Yeah, for real. I know,
made a
right?
song.
There you go, nigga. That's a hit. That's a hit right now.
Hold
Shit
up.
about this.
I just came in this joint. I'm trying to figure out what the hell the red flag shit is. I'm late.
I just seen that shit just
I'm
popping
old.
up on my phone. I'm like, okay, this must be some new shit.
Mm.
I guess you like Randall was saying is anytime you see a red flag in society, you'll like I guess make a statement and then put like the red. Look at your name on the joint. Can you see yourself on the screen? You don't see those red flags?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's basically that's the meme that's been going around right there.
Like they would say their perspective, and then put a red flag by it. Boy,
There you go. Shit like this.
Y'all know I'm drinking the Don Q tonight.
If she has a bad relationship with her father, red flag.
Oh, okay. Was she concerned? Okay. All right.
I mean,
Gotcha.
this is like all like blanket statements. Like, of course, like not everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
From these
Okay.
situations.
Where she? You got any more of these drinks? I'm just kind of.
Like, come on, man.
No, but I'm saying like, is any like, is it just this type of shit?
What you mean?
I'm saying like, are they just talking about like, is it like relationship based? Like, is it like oh, if he, I don't know, if he be buying, let me see, no pillowcases, no sheets, doesn't know the difference between the two, yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, simple shit.
Oh,
No relationship with God. That's a red flag. But yeah, I
Do
just
you
want to
think
have
that's
some
had?
fun
Do
with it.
you think that has people just out here looking for negativity?
Yeah, for sure.
That's I think that plays a part in it. You know,
Anybody can jump in and say
another,
something.
another form of division. You know, even in the slightest ways, it's not that big of a deal, but it's still a form of it.
I can't even think of
Hey,
like
look, here's mine. If you use red flag, red flag.
Right? Yeah, that's a good one. That's probably the best one.
Uh-huh.
Shit. Like that shit is stupid. Like honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, that I don't even see the point. Like, what is the point in that? Okay,
It's
that's
just to be part of the group. I mean, people have fun with it.
Y'all
yeah,
got any?
but right. People have fun with it, but then you got some cats that's like mad, like they're serious about what they put.
Defensive, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say just people that I don't know put too much stock in the whole social media shit. Red flag. Like if you going out to a concert or something and you got your phone out in front of your face, filming everything, bro, and that you so much that you're not enjoying the experience itself. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
If she eat McDonald's, that's a red flag.
God damn.
If she make that noise like the little Meg jump, that's a red flag.
This is out of control.
I heard somebody say if she say "hey," that is funny as hell. Though that is hilarious, bro. But this should be funny. But I feel like somebody, if they hit some shit that you do, people will be getting all triggered and shit.
Right.
That shit is just funny.
If you drink Don Q,
red flag.
red flag.
Corey, welcome to Red Flags.
Oh, oh man,
that's funny as shit though.
If
Yo,
all
Ricardo,
right, let me ask you this: how long you think this will be around? Like when you think this will pass?
Next week
into the next year,
Next
to the
week,
next
next week.
viral.
I don't think this ain't nothing that's gonna be around for a long time. I think there's just some quick little trendy about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and that shit's over with. It's funny though.
Do you think people like come up with this stuff, or it comes down like the pipeline?
I be feeling like it has to come down the pipeline because how that shit just be hitting everybody's feeds at the same time,
right?
Same time.
Or do you think like some of these like social media, what do you call them, influencers, like it's like a brain trust and like they kind of like funnel it down?
Probably they bite,
because I don't know if you peep like all these females kind of like
be doing the same
always
shit.
retweet that dude Justin LA boy whatever
little boy Justin little boy.
Yeah.
I think that just
Shut up, Corey.
He seemed like he a real influential dude behind
right.
the scenes.
Like they all like
he came out of nowhere. All of a sudden he just like the it dude. I don't understand.
Everybody retweets his inspirational post. Shut the fuck up. His post.
Look at this nigga. That's funny.
Teats, boy. Them teats, boy.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, wow. Y'all some wild boys, dog. Y'all some wild boys.
Corey, when you start, you sat your ass down. When you start today?
Shit, boy. Man, I landed earlier than I thought. Nigga, I landed at like 10 o'clock this morning. No, at like 8 o'clock this morning. Shit.
And when you crack open the bottle?
At least about 11. About 11.
11 a.m.?
Yeah, about 11.
Goodness gracious.
11.
He's on
the
12.
About 11.
Yeah, you good. You
about 11.
12-hour marathon. God damn.
11, dog.
Did you eat?
Huh?
Yeah, he ate.
Did you eat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way he wouldn't be on the show if he ain't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be on the show if he ain't.
What you in the movie theater right now? Where you at?
Yeah, man.
You got.
You don't know how to turn your camera around. That's okay.
I don't die.
Oh my god.
I turned it off though.
There you go.
There you go. Manly turn it around.
Damn.
God damn, nigga, where the invite? Good God.
Shit, man.
Nah, man.
I'm
Have
not-
fun though, man. Have fun. Have fun. That's what you there for.
Nigga said, he said, what if I said, man, shit.
You on your own, brother.
These
Nah, I'm
seats
out
are
here
taken.
for a wedding though. I'm out here for a wedding and shit.
True.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So we got a house and shit. And shit. Damn, if we probably gonna hit up Disney or some shit one of these days or whatever.
Y'all about
That's
to
what's
walk
up.
in.
You might as well before this before it start getting cold. So
Yeah.
What's the weather?
Well, it's probably not
It's
even
like,
cold down there
it was
anyway.
like
You in
80.
Florida.
It's probably like 60, 65, maybe 70 or some shit.
Nah,
right
man,
now
it
at
was
night.
70 here. It was almost 70 here today. It's got to
Yeah.
be warm.
No, I'm
there.
talking about at night though. I'm talking about at
Oh,
night.
okay.
Yeah. But it's definitely hot during the day. Definitely hot during the day
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, we got the wedding on Saturday, so I'm definitely
Hey,
and
look.
you know they got the like we got out in the DMV. We got the Fright Night for what is it? Six Flags and whatever the hell they got at Kings of Mean or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So this probably my first time going to the joint at Universal or Disney, whatever the fuck they got over that joint. One of them joints.
Man, I don't know about them Jones now, yo.
Yeah.
Them
You gotta
shits.
get vaccinated first before you go up there.
Well, nah, I ain't even that. It's just niggas is wild
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
Who?
huh?
What you mean?
I'm just saying niggas is just liable to do anything right now.
Yeah, first be
Just
tripping.
being a part, cause that's just at dark, right?
Oh.
Yeah, supposed to be
There's-
tripping on this channel.
And then it's like, what was that? Matter of fact, it was last month when Bamas was at Six Flags, and matter of fact, right across from you, not too far from you, C-Mo, it was like a whole huge fight in the park. Like Bamas was wrecking like all throughout the park.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
That's
if you
why I
had your
don't
kids
go to
there?
That's why I don't go to that channel.
Oh yeah, I ain't fucking with that.
That's why I don't go to that joint. That is inside PG
Nah,
County,
boy.
baby. PG County. Hell no.
He said, nah.
I'm in
Yeah.
my 30s now, baby. I ain't trying to do all that.
Nah, I'm going to the King's
I ain't trying to do
Dominion.
all
I'm
that.
going up 95.
Yeah,
To
dog, I ain't trying to
King's
do all that.
Dominion.
We'll
When
go
they
to
got
Kansas
some
Man,
sense.
Busch Gardens. What you want to do? The Chocolate Factory. Where you want to go?
It's such a
Hey, but the only people that go to Six Flags is like teenagers anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I felt like I thought it was already always known, like don't go to Six Flags. Like you guys
Yeah, man.
supposed to go to
Just-
King's Dominion or go to Hershey Park or some shit like that. Don't go
Right.
to-
I was
it's
I
like
was hoping
Turkey.
they was going to change that joint, dog. What was it?
But-
It was like
but-
Great Adventures at one time, then Wild
That's-
World, and then I went to
That's-
Six Flags, and
That Six Flags done had that reputation for like over 20 years. Like
they
nigga,
need to get rid of that shit.
that shit done had a whole.
Ever since Mind Eraser, they done lost their minds.
Woo! Yes, sir. Yes,
the
sir.
Mind Eraser, nigga, you took it all the way back.
Yeah,
God
the
damn.
Mind
The
Eraser.
Mind Eraser.
They need to get rid of that shit, man. Mm-mm.
Remember you used to be on the bus and you'd be like, look, there it is. Right before you get there, I can see the
Nah.
Mind Eraser.
I ain't fuck with roller coasters though. Well, I used to
What?
get on them bitches. Yeah, nah, my dad
That's
used to
my
make
shit.
me get on them bitches. I used to hate them shits.
That's my
Like nigga,
shit.
he used to be like, I paid for this shit. You getting on this ride?
That's my
I was
shit.
like, all right. None
Was
of
there
us
ever-
like that. None of my brother, none of us like them shits.
Was there ever a point where you kind of like got used to it, or you
I mean,
just-
you know how it is. Once you get on the joint, you know, like that little fear goes away, and you're that adrenaline kicking, and you having a good time. But
right?
you know, I didn't like the whole anticipation. Like that's the shit I didn't like. The waiting in line, and you know, then you get, you know, that's the shit I didn't like. You know,
yeah.
I always had like a theory, like why are like humans so like obsessed of being like scared?
Huh. That's a good question.
Like we have like
The
some
adrenaline. I guess the adrenaline. It's like a drug, you know.
Yeah.
we have, and I always feel like that. Like when I be watching like horror movies, I'm like, why do I put myself through this? Like why is there like always a need, like a yearning for like
Hey.
being frightened? Like why are
It's
we?
that fast pass, man. Same reason why niggas gotta get that fast pass like me. You gotta get the fast pass.
It's like an addiction to that shit though.
You can't wait in line, man. You can't wait in line, Marcus. We gotta go hurry up and get up in there. Hurry up and get up in there.
Nigga, you crazy.
Y'all never think that though?
I know exactly what you mean. I think it's like an adrenaline, and you know, it's the same thing. Like when you be riding in traffic and like it be an accident and everybody be slowing down. It's like because I guess they anticipating to see them like.
Damn, this motherfucker,
you know,
balling.
It's like niggas be wanting to see that shit.
Yeah, nah, I know what you mean though. It's like, what can I?
Motherfucker.
What is it like? It's like
The shock. It's the shock value. People like it's like a jolt. You know what I'm saying? To see like some.
But you really don't be enjoying yourself.
You don't know, but it's what's the word? It's like you go through your mundane everyday life, and then it's like, wow, like
It's like we pay money to be frightened.
This should be shocked. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the shock values. That's the same thing why like a lot of these celebrities, they be doing all this wild shock value shit because it just draws attention. Like people like to be, because you know, I think a lot of it is because you know our lives are boring. We do the same shit every day. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we eat dinner, we go to sleep. We get up, we go to work, come home, we eat dinner, go to sleep. We do the same shit every fucking day. And
That's
it's like,
true.
oh damn, look at he just sliced her head off with a fucking, you know, some scissors. It's like, goddamn, that's fucked up. That is fucked up shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like, goddamn.
That's why it's the same shit. Bammers will pay money to go into a field of screams,
right,
and have niggas chase them with chainsaws and shit. Like, nigga, what do you do? What
Hey,
do
you ever think that?
But is it wrong though? But is it wrong though?
I'm not. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily wrong. It's just kind of like a.
I just want to know, like, what is
an observation of the human psychology.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why would he want to do that? You know, it's not necessarily wrong.
Because if it was real, you wouldn't want it to be real.
Exactly.
At all.
Maybe maybe it's just that, like, you know, just being on the edge type shit. Like, you know, because even because think about it, like even on roller coaster, like nigga, nobody would get on a roller coaster if they didn't have a safety, you know, some sort of something to protect them to keep them in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're near death, even though you know you're not going to die. I think like people like to, you know, dip their toe into death, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's like you dip your toe in the water of death. Like niggas like to play with that. You know what I'm saying?
Same reason why you be on 270. You be like, you know what?
Right.
You hit that motherfucker right quick, and you're like, let me slow down right quick.
You know what? You're not lying because that is real. Sometimes when you know, you might do a little risky move and you be like, but it might be smooth as shit, but it's something you get like a level of confidence that you like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn nigga, I just kind of went through the left lane all the way to the right lane and single like boom, like you know what I'm saying? It's like shit, I'm nice. You know, even though you know you didn't have to do that, but you could do that, you know. It's like that type of shit. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
I guess that's just a human thing, man. I think that's we like.
Or how like we still like go to the circus as kids and watch niggas tame lions and do these death-defying acts, or how people just like how or Evel Knievel was just like the biggest like rock star back then. You know what I'm saying? Like people like love like that whole death-defying shit.
Even football, bro. Football got an element of that to it, you know, because these niggas be slamming their bodies into each other, and you just like, damn, he got back up again. You know, it's like shit. You know, so it's the same thing. Boxing,
right? Or even like remember like the first few times you used to watch like UFC, you're like, damn, these niggas, this is some gruesome shit. But now it's like regular.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real. Because I remember when I first, I was like, nigga, I can't watch this shit. Now I'd be like, ooh, like damn, he nice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. But when I first saw, I was like, this shit is too brutal. Then after that, now I really be, that's the fact.
That's true. And the thing is, as soon as the funny thing is the nigga get knocked the fuck out, like a gruesome knockout. Like you like, yo, he fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? He laying there, he is unconscious. And then what you say?
That nigga fuck my money up.
No, or you be like, guess what? damn, I hope he all right. Why? So that he can fight some more. You know what I'm saying? It's just
'cause
like,
it's like I don't want his career in like that. At least let him get up so he can, still get his money. Like he can still.
exactly.
I know exactly what you mean, but that's an interesting like thing with humans and shit like that, bro. Like, it's like we like that shit. We like to be scared. We like to push the edge and shit. And that UFC shit is a great example of that. Cause them niggas be wild. Like that shit be wild. But like you said, you get used to that shit after a while.
Nigga, you do that shit with even like you be standing there with your phone. Sometimes you just throwing your phone up in the air, knowing like the possibility of you dropping that motherfucker and breaking. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
but even at texting and driving, I feel like people who text and drive, we like, nigga, I can drive, I got this. Even knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Drinking,
like
they
know
right?
they know they taking a risk, but they be like, nigga, at least exactly same shit. Like, and then it's like, here's another example of that. Like sometimes, like you know how like it'd be like, all right, I know if I gotta get up at 6:30, but it's like I'm gonna stay in bed an extra 15-20 minutes, knowing you pushing the fucking limits. Knowing your
Big
ass
time.
might be late, but it's like something about
Big
that.
Time.
Even that right there, you're just like, I know I could get out of bed, but now I'm gonna get out of bed 15 to hit the snooze, stay in bed another 15 minutes, knowing that when I get out in this 15 minutes, I might be late now. You know what I'm saying? It's like just shit like that.
Same
like
reason why we cram for tests. Like nigga,
same
you had
shit. There's a
2
human
months.
psychology. You're 100% right, but why do we do that as humans? Like, I don't know the answer to that, but I promise you, everybody who's listening to this conversation can be like, you can be like, bro, like, exactly. I had 6 months to fucking create that project, and then I wait till last night to start. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like a teacher, like nigga, remember in college and school, your teacher would give you months to be like, nigga, it's September by the spring, you know what I'm saying? By the next season, we're gonna have our projects in. And niggas will literally wait till the night before to do their project.
Like a week before what project?
Well, why? But why do we do that as humans? That's interesting. That's something that's like that could be an overtime conversation to try to like. Why do we put ourselves in like stressful situations unnecessarily? We do that shit.
Just like it's almost like hard to remember times like where I'm not like breathing awkwardly because of stress.
Is it like a self-sabotaging type thing that we do as people?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like I was just saying, like
even like
I can easily every day
in the morning.
That's exactly what we were just saying. Like nigga, I can easily get up. And nigga, I can easily, and I was just about to get into that. Nigga, I can easily get up at the right time every day, but I choose to hit that snooze, knowing that I might be late now. But I'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take that chance. You know what I'm saying?
And the extra 5 minutes really don't do nothing.
But I'm telling you, it's something, bro. I don't know.
Same thing when you go to eat, you be like, yo, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm no longer hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, that motherfucking pizza or that, you know what I'm saying? You overdo it when you eat, and next thing you know, oh my God, why did I eat so much? Exactly. Like, nigga, you had
or you drinking, you know your limits, and you be like, nigga, one more shot, I'm good.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That ties all down the self-control.
Like, why do we? Yeah, I guess it is.
That's self-mastery.
It's all tied to discipline. Yeah. I think that's what it is, bro. I think even the hitting the snooze is tied into discipline. It's like
that's right. Get your bitch ass out of here. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh
Landry hurt. Landry is hurt.
All right,
fuck ass.
That's me.
Hey yo, my man been in the house, bro. You know.
The Kevin Gates concert is in there.
He's outside.
But yeah, man, that shit that's a very good, interesting concept though, man. Like humans, there's an element to being human that's self-sabotaging. I think everybody can admit to that, and that's weird, but because we all want to be the best us, but I think we all consciously aware of when we do shit that like it's like we know, but we just do it anyway. I think everybody knows that. I think it was like, come down to the food that you eat. How much, alcohol or weed you consume, whatever the fuck it may be.
Do you think we like to be tempted? Do you think we like?
I think we like temptation? I think the problem is that we like to test the boundaries. I think that's the fucking problem. We like to know how far we can go. You know, I think that's what that like nigga, like you know what I'm saying? It's like nigga, how far can I not do what I'm supposed to do and still get what I need to be done? You know what I'm saying? It's like
isn't it weird how it's never in the opposite direction? It's always the extreme. It's never niggas never want to see how slow they can go. They want to see how fast they can go, or they want to reach the limits like too far to the right. It's never to the left. You know what I'm saying? And it's like more towards negative than it is to positive. Isn't that weird? It's like niggas never.
But isn't that don't that get like time to like advancing as a people though? Like if you know, all right, say you in a car and you hit 120. Okay, now I need a car that go 160. So, and then now people are making cars that go 160. Now people are making cars that go 180. Going to space and shit. Or we went to the moon. Now we can go to Mars. You know what I'm saying? That's just always going to advance people.
I guess we're just never satisfied. You know,
as a human, like
you
know what I'm saying? We explorers, we only went to like this, you know, country. Let's say a little bit farther, a little bit farther.
And I think this is that the curiosity is what like that, you know, that's what makes the universe go. That's what makes the world go. Because it's like this, we always know there's like really no end to the story. There's always a but what if I do this? But what's next? But what's next is like never, because and that's what you know. Life is, and then you know, when we say things about knowledge, information, that shit is infinite. So it's like it's this a quest as a human being to like know beyond what you think you understand, and it's like it's never ending. So it's like we just keep trying to test that curiosity. We just keep.
So do you think do you think that it's more positive or negative, like energy when this happens?
I don't know. That's a good question because I think sometimes the negativity can drive you too. It can be ego driven.
Right.
I think even the whole idea of men trying to conquer other nations and that I think that's all tied into ego and I think it's you can say like you say it could be negative driven, but that curiosity is like, okay, we got this amount of land, but shit, nigga, like I want that land over there now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, where does that come from? Like, why can we never just be happy? Why can we never be? And that's the thing. I think even that drive for a man to want to, for men to want to conquer other nations is like, is that an ego thing? Is that me not being happy with what God gave me? Is that I'm not going to be satisfied unless I have what everyone else has? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not.
Yeah, that's an ego thing.
Is that rooted in the insecurity though? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are the most powerful people in the world driven through insecurity? You know what I'm saying? Because now they want to conquer.
But at what point? Yeah,
well, because at that point, if you're not conquering, you're being subject to being conquered.
Conquered, exactly. Yeah. It's like
right. That's what I'm saying.
Kill or be killed.
Because like everybody wants to be successful, but at what point is like success like? When have you gone past? Okay, you're successful, and now you're being greedy. Like you see what I'm saying? Like
where's that line? That's
where is that line? Yeah, exactly.
And that changes from person to person, situation to situation, and that's so crazy because you can't really, how can you judge that?
Right.
Because I think everybody feels in their mind that they need, like put it like this: like somebody, one person can have 3 pairs of shoes and be like, "Nigga, I got 3 pairs of shoes. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? But a person can have 1 pair of shoes and be like, "Nigga, I'm good. I got 1 pair of shoes." You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if the nigga who got 3 and now he's satisfied with 3, does that make him greedy now? You know what I'm saying? It's
right. Yeah, that's a good question. I think that's actually a good overall topic because you can go so many different ways when it comes to people and how they. I mean, we started this conversation off by talking about how like. People, I mean, fall into some person. Yeah, exactly. It's like, God damn. I mean, are you? I don't know. It's crazy.
That is something to think about, though, man. But yeah, I don't even know how we got to this. I'm like, where?
We talk about scary movies, right?
It's like, why do humans do that shit? And then we talk about like why people basically talking about like why do people engage in risky behavior? It's like, and I think people habitually do that shit. Like we know that we're doing this and we don't have to, but for some reason we choose to do that shit. And I don't know why people do that. I don't know why.
But knowing you're not supposed
Red
to be.
flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then, like you said, and it could be the most simplest thing as far as like it'd be like, oh, I worked out today, I ate healthy all day, and then you go to sleep, eat a big ass slice of cake. It's like, nigga, you know you didn't have to do that. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why did you do that? You know, it's like shit like that. You know, it's like that's the type of shit that people do. It'd be like, why do people do that type of shit? You know,
Like,
it's
nigga,
it makes
why
sense.
did I put money on the Redskins? What?
But yes, that's
I think gambling might be one of the gambling is one of those, because it's like, yo, oh my god, that's What you think, Rez?
No, I mean that's with anything.
Huh?
Yeah,
that whole self-control when you sitting there gambling on Chinese badminton and shit, like I've been sometimes.
Chinese badminton.
Yeah, you down bad. Like it's an itch. Like it's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Like that itch to be.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's crazy.
And in the sports gambling world, we call it the sweat. Like you live for the sweat. It's like, but that's the thing. This relates to everything. Like in gambling, like especially sports gambling, I almost like don't like watching sports. Sometimes, like if I don't have like a small wager on it, like something has to be there for me to be emotionally involved in the shit. So I have to have that sweat for me to actually enjoy that shit. I think we're going since 11.
I feel you with that.
Yo. That is NyQuil. Boy, you good, dog.
So,
Simo, you good?
I'm good, man. I'm just like blowing about this game right now.
Hey, but last week, Lighthouse, you had mentioned like how this the beginning of this whole email situation in the league, and it looks like our guy, his Teflon is being tested once again because
they're gonna have Teflon then.
Members of Congress launched an investigation into the Washington football team. A letter was sent to the NFL commissioner requesting documents and information on the investigation into the team's hostile workplace culture. So,
but I thought they were done with the investigation.
They are not leaving Dan alone, bro.
Members of Congress,
they out for blood with Dan.
Who do you think tipped this off to even like push it up to this level?
Bruce Allen.
Probably because Bruce Allen, I think, was getting into politics, right?
I thought he was in politics before he came.
Okay, yeah. So he probably has like some
Bruce
people in his pocket, just like he had people in his. You know what? It just clicked. It just fucking clicked. Maybe he was using like instances like this and emails like this as leverage, just like how politicians use leverage against scandal and shit. To get laws passed. So this is like all one and the same.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean,
it's the same shit, bro. Like, you ever watch that show Scandal? I feel like Scandal is exactly how that shit be. It might be like a slight dramatization just because it's TV, but man, that shit, real life probably worse than that goddamn show for real. Now think about it. So yeah, anything could probably go with that shit.
Corey about to kick your ass out.
Yes.
This nigga he was asleep.
He was asleep for a second. He was asleep for a second.
Kick your ass out.
He was asleep for a second, man. God damn. But yeah, man.
Yeah. You think something's gonna happen before the end of the season?
Nah,
I don't know, man. He's been untouchable, bro.
But this is going to Congress.
You know how I move, yo. Dan know how I move. I give it to him because they've been after his ass.
After this nigga for years.
He been moving, boy. And winning, kind of, sort of. Even with the shitty ass teams, this nigga always think he's seen to just move right on along.
How many scandals has he had like involving women, bro? Like 3 or 4, and he keep dodging all them bitches. Like They've been talking
But,
about this shit.
but he's
with the
never
Reds.
like related to the shit. It's just
Not
'cause it
related,
happens
but
in
it's
his house.
still but it's still like behind the scenes in the executive area. You know what I'm
But
saying?
he's always the face of the scandal, but it never
Never attaches
it's
to him.
directed to him. Yeah.
You know what this
So
also
it makes
say?
it look like it's a full blown attack on him as the
It
person.
do. That's how it makes it from the outside looking in. It's exactly how
he may actually be tighter with
Goodell.
Well, not only just Goodell, but just the owners in general than we think that he is. Because what the NFL doesn't want to get out, don't get out.
That's true.
Mm.
Because I do agree with that. Because I know it's a lot of bullshit that goes on behind the scenes with players, the owners, executives, all kinds. Too many. Come on, bro. Like they know what's going to get out for the most part.
Right.
Or at least they have the opportunity to step in front or prepare for like some sort of counter or how they're going to deal with bullshit before it hits the mainstream. I'm pretty sure.
Dan gained some weight too. This a recent pick?
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we will see. We'll see how that plays out.
It's not NFL news. Remember this shit that came out? The NFL has agreed to end race-based adjustments and dementia testing in its $1 billion settlement of concussion claims. Critics say such testing makes it difficult for Black retirees to qualify for awards that average $500,000 or more. I remember when this shit when it first came out.
I mean, that's just in your face right there.
Yeah.
That's blunt. Actually.
This is legit institutionalized racism.
That's just in your face right. God.
But it says in race-based brain testing. What the fuck is race-based brain testing?
Basically saying like black athletes
they have different brains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be. Maybe it's true, but in a good way, you know.
Like, what do they know?
What do they know? That's my point. That's that we don't. That's my point.
This nigga gave me 0 points.
Yeah, why is our fantasy league every year it'd be like everybody's in that shit till pretty much like the last like 2 or 3 weeks? It'd be like 1 or 2 niggas at the top, and everybody else is like basically 1 or 2 games out of first or second place, and then it's like 2 or 3 guys at the bottom.
I'm up top though. By the way, I'm up top. I just want to know I'm up top though.
Pause.
Yeah,
you are not, sir. I'm 4-2. I'm 4-2.
Alex and Jen looking like a power couple, right? Shit.
Yeah, what they out there doing?
I'm like, hold on,
colluding.
What's the chance? Yeah, exactly. What's the chances of this shit?
I beat
you know what I'm saying?
I beat Jen last
week. I call a conspiracy theory on colluding. Like, what's going on here, young? Like, how both of you?
That's why I ain't on this joint. That's why I don't want to be on here anymore.
Same household. Same household, and y'all 1 and 2.
God damn, this nigga got.
Yeah, I don't know if he.
Look at his squad though.
I face Al this week. He gonna get.
How you have?
He gonna get his first L though.
And Justin Herbert.
He getting his first L this week.
Nigga, look at my IR and my my bench.
Remember your team?
Oh, I was hurt about 2 weeks ago.
I play Remy this
week. Oh yeah,
week.
you had Dalvin Cook, right?
Yeah. He on bye this week.
Nigga, I dropped Harris, the running back for
him up, got him immediately.
I dropped him because this nigga was like, Bill Belichick don't bang when motherfuckers fumbling the ball. This nigga got a fumbling problem. Bill Belichick came out in the press conference, was like, yeah, we can't have that. Well, we're probably gonna see. We're gonna give more touches to Stevenson and to Bolden.
Well, he
this nigga was carrying the rock, my nigga.
That's why I said he was getting carries last week because he probably, even though he probably be pissing him off, he probably still blatantly the most talented.
I was like, that's probably what it is. Come on.
He was like, as much as this nigga fumbled the ball, he's still the most talented.
I was like, yo, you got it, you got it. I was so blown. I seen that shit.
Belichick be fucking everybody fantasy league
Since
And,
I don't
and
know
watch
how
this week, he
bro.
probably gonna get the Harris probably get 2 touches. Then Bill Belichick do that a lot though. He
Nigga,
just-
when was the last time that you can depend on any one New England running back or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Besides Tom Brady when he was over that joint. When can you depend?
Gronk,
And Gronk, yeah, okay, Gronk. But anybody outside of
Edelman, like
Edelman.
1-2 years, yeah.
Who was the last running back from New England that was like nice? That was like nice. Corey
You
Dillon.
can't name one.
It's been a long time. Corey Dillon was probably like the last like running
You
back.
can't name a running back out there. John.
Well, no, Leonard Fournette was solid. I think Leonard Fournette he's
what
kind of
about
been
Rex?
underrated his whole career.
That,
Leonard
Rex
Fournette, I mean, not
Burkhead?
Leonard Fournette. I'm
No,
tripping.
LeGarrette Blunt.
LeGarrette Blunt. LeGarrette Blunt's probably been underrated his whole career.
but Garrett Blunt came from Pittsburgh, baby.
But that nigga's been solid everywhere
Pittsburgh,
he's
baby.
he's
What about
producing.
Rex Burkhead?
No. No.
You said
No.
James White. No.
Nah. Who was there earlier or like running backs back in the day? Like
Nobody knows.
nobody. Corey Dillon probably the best running back they ever had, like at least in recent memory.
Yeah,
Oh, they
that's
had
what
Kevin
I'm talking
Falk. He was all right.
They be
He was like the little
recycling them
receiving back
niggas
type
over
dude.
there.
He was
running,
okay.
running back. They be recycling them niggas.
Sonny Michel.
Sony was here for like a year or two.
He gone.
And they not even using him. Y'all want to hear Magic Johnson?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw that out there.
What?
He's like, what he do?
What?
He said,
What you talking about, dog? What you talking about?
I don't know nothing about this, so this is fresh to me.
He's talking about Kyrie one.
Yeah. I'll be quiet.
Do you think every player should come out and say, I will get the vaccine, I'm vaccinated, and so should you?
Oh, for sure. People listen to them. They follow them. That's very important. Plus, the last thing is this. You have said to your teammates, I'm going to be there for you. Well, you can't be there if you don't get vaccinated. You're letting them down. And then that hurts our chances of winning the championship. I would never do that to my teammates.
Like miss a whole season because you got HIV.
I know. And the thing is,
You would never do that to your teammates.
But that is true because that's literally saying like, oh shit, man, let me make sure I strap up because this girl,
Right.
you know, I don't want to put myself in a position where I can't be out there for my teammates. So yeah, you can technically, that applies the same way.
Yeah.
It applies the same way.
What my man Farrakhan say? You should be quiet.
Yo,
I don't know what it is.
He said, "Oh, Mr. Wallace."
hey, I say this, man. Y'all need to go back and listen to some Farrakhan shit. That nigga basically told us what's going on today.
Yep.
He been saying that shit since like the 70s, like or 80, whatever the fuck. Like this nigga Farrakhan pretty much been calling this shit for the longest.
I will agree with that. I will agree
He
with
has.
that. But I don't
Everything
know
you-
what Magic Johnson talking about though. I will agree with Farrakhan. Yeah, but I don't know about Magic Johnson. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's saying Kyrie's leaving his teammates stranded.
Yeah, I know you seen that joint with Charles Barkley too when he I think it was the joint yesterday when he got all
But
upset.
also, Magic is saying like people got to use their celebrity.
I
basically.
can't stand that line. Use your celebrity.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what y'all niggas been doing with y'all celebrity for all these
Right.
goddamn decades now? You talking about responsibility? Get the fuck out of here.
You are not in any moral position.
Exactly. Talk about some responsibility.
You
Like,
sound
the
just
fuck?
like him.
Hey yo, he hit him with the shush. He shushed him with the lips. Yo, that shit's hilarious. Yo, you should be quiet.
That's what he said. It should be quiet.
Yo, he
them dollars
sassed
at?
that nigga. Oh, Mr. Wallace.
He gave him the old man, not the grown man, but the old man.
Yeah, but I mean, Magic Johnson, he definitely, he out. in
Why
LA.
even roll him out there to do
So
that?
I mean, but Magic Johnson, he
You know what?
he out there with them. So
Yep.
he
Yep.
on his on his Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shit, same shit.
They could have
Same
asked
shit.
anybody else to do that shit.
I know, but Magic,
Anybody.
Magic's a corporate guy. He's a company guy, so he's gonna always say, like for real. Magic was like LeBron before LeBron, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it off
How long do you, if it hasn't happened already, how long do you think it's going to take for the league to turn on Kyrie?
The league itself,
The
I don't
league.
know.
You mean
I
the
don't think
players?
the, I don't think
It's
the players
already
going.
turned.
I think the
It's
players
already
fuck with Kyrie. I think the players go. I think the player. They might
Yeah,
not say it publicly, but I
They
think
just ain't
fuck
got
with
the nuts
Kyrie.
to do that shit.
They
No, I'm
just not
talking
gonna say
about
it
when I
publicly.
say the league, I mean like the owners.
I
and
mean,
like,
I
like the
mean,
NBA.
I
Ain't
don't think
nobody
the
trying
NBA
to
need
trade
to
for
do
him,
shit
right?
because.
Ain't nobody trying to trade for him, right? It's not like he a bum.
But I don't think the NBA can really do shit because at this point it's because of the state. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the NBA can't override the state. So
No, I'm
it's like,
talking about Kyrie being the way Kyrie is.
I mean,
And
they've been pushed. I think amongst other NBA players and amongst the play, I don't think it's an issue. Like I don't think these niggas have a problem with Kyrie. I think it's just the media, and I think the only reason why Kyrie gets shitted on in the media is because that nigga has an independent mind.
Right.
They don't want niggas. Like it's like you don't have to agree with everything Kyrie say, but it's just the fact that he don't stick to the script. Like he kind of like just beats to his own drum. They don't want black people have an independent thought. They want all black people to think one way. So they can never put a nigga on a pedestal. Anytime a nigga goes against the script, they get publicly shamed all across the board. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's only one way that they want black people to think because black people are the biggest pawns. It's like if we can manipulate you, you know what I'm saying, put you in position where you can influence everybody else. We don't want you niggas to have different ways of thinking. We want y'all to think one way because you thinking one way can influence the rest of the world to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really be thinking was going on with why they always publicly shame black people. Like how they be calling black people white supremacists now. I've heard like at least like 3 black dudes get called a white supremacist just because he didn't go along with the narrative. So just the fact, so a white dude can call a black dude a white supremacist. How can a white dude call a black dude a white supremacist?
What the hell state was that in?
You ain't never heard it? No, it's not in the state. I'm just saying, like there's stories where there
I've
been
heard
like
that.
Black guys that have gone against the grain, so of the liberal narrative, I guess you would say, and then they would be called white. They be called white supremacists, even though they're black. So that just lets you know. I think what's that dude from California, Larry Elder? I think they was calling this nigga a white supremacist.
Larry Elder, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But why is he being called that? Right? But then it's like, all right,
it depends on what they're talking about. So
this is my point, though.
All right, now I get it.
But this is my point, though. All right, are you a white supremacist if you're a black person who makes music that promotes killing black people? Does that make you a white supremacist? Right? Because your people can't. How strong can your people be if
why not
killing each? Right?
I don't see why not.
I know I went on a tangent, but I'm just
man, sure.
Like, think about it though. So a difference of perspective, you're a white supremacist, but if you rap about and you promote killing with your own people, you're not.
Right? No, I don't
think about that shit. You know?
Yeah.
No, it makes sense, yo. For sure.
I'm the worst nigga on earth. I'm just saying because I know niggas be sensitive about the Kanye shit. I'm the worst nigga on earth if I wear a fucking MAGA, Make America Great Again hat. But I can be on records shooting and killing all these niggas, decapitating niggas, shooting heads off, killing niggas in front of their baby mamas, beating niggas in front of their children. I can do that all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like think about that. Like, come on, man. But if I wear a red MAGA hat, I'm an enemy to my people. And don't make sense. Don't make sense. I'm just saying, like, something to think about, man. All right.
Nah, you good.
Okay. All right.
I was just thinking, Sebo, he gonna hit that black and pass out.
I ain't gonna wear, baby. I ain't gonna wear.
Yeah. I think quietly behind closed doors, people want to support. People want to support Kyrie,
but exactly,
they just too scared to.
Because Kyrie he don't tote the company lines. It's like that dude at your job that be like speaking out against the company or somebody might say something against the manager. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, yo?
What's up, bro?
What's up, gang?
What's up?
What's
All
What's
up?
right,
that?
all right.
We
Hey,
was talking about the whole Kyrie and Magic Johnson and all this shit going on.
I mean,
yeah,
what's your overall, perspective with the whole Kyrie situation? Like, well, do you think people, ganging up on him? Do you think it's warranted? Do you feel where Kyrie coming from? Like, what's your overall perspective on that situation?
One, like, it's crazy because I was watching I forgot what I was watching, and I seen Brett Favre. He came on, right, and he had they were talking about, I guess, a player or something, not get vaccinated or whatever the case may be, or not getting the jab, my bad. But and his response was like, hey, okay, like, that's his decision. And then the commentator tried to ask him, like, so are you vaccinated? And he was like, I mean, I'd rather not say, that's my personal decision. And then he says that, and then nobody says nothing, like, give him no cut, no grief about it. But so to answer your question, my take on Kyrie is like, damn, like, to punish. I mean, but you just got to think though. Also, New York is doing they're doing a lot for during this whole pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So
From the beginning,
yeah, from the
Mm-hmm.
jump. So to see that, you I mean, I'm shocked that I ain't see, like, it's crazy because the NFL, you don't really see too much. You just see, oh, this person has got COVID, and that's it. But in the NBA, it's like, especially with New York, it's like they blowing it up, and it's crazy because it's now like, is it because of that, or is it because of his stance? You know what I'm saying? Because where Kyrie has been and what he's been talking about lately, and just the person who he is, even his religions, his beliefs, it kind of, it's not the whole American, ideal of your American athlete. You know what I'm saying? So
Black native.
I see what you're saying though.
You know what I'm saying?
Would it have come off differently? Like, all right, let's say hypothetically, let's say it was at Bradley Beal. Would it be as blown out of proportion if it was Bradley Beal that said this, or is it because it's Kyrie? It hits differently. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like why is that?
I think so. I think that's basically what he was alluding to. I think because Kyrie has built the reputation as the guy that questions things, the guys that like when Kyrie opened his mouth, you're gonna probably think about what he's talking about. They don't want niggas to make you think. You know what I'm saying? So they have to demonize Kyrie, and I think that's what it is. Because like you were saying, there's other people who feel the same way, had the same perspectives, but for some reason when Kyrie do it, it's like the whole fucking ESPN, these niggas, turn into motherfucking the Transformers and shit and come together and try to shit on this nigga. It's like, it's like he ain't no different from a guy that work at CVS. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it doesn't help. It doesn't help that it's New York with their mandates and all of that. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, and then with your man, y'all said y'all was talking about
Magic.
My bad, I ain't even introduced myself. Hey y'all, my name Boo Boy. What's up to the gang?
What's up, y'all?
Just want to say, like, I definitely am a fan, and I do appreciate this platform y'all have created. I have been listening to some shows, you know what I'm saying, for some time. So I'm definitely honored to be a part, you know what I'm saying, this evening.
Appreciate it.
But
glad to have you,
to
brother.
jump back into the bullshit. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Jump back into the bullshit. I mean, with your man, with Charles, what Barkley said, man, that shit was crazy. Because it's like, as a, not just as a professional athlete, professional athlete, but as a Black professional athlete, for someone who, and it's not like your man is like a Sprewell or one of these troubled NBA players out here knocking heads off. You know what I'm saying? Your man, he's putting time into the community and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing to build, and then for you to criticize him because of his personal choice, that's crazy. And you just going off, and then like Charles Barkley, you got a long history of
Right.
saying
super
crazy
wild
shit
Oh, wild
against
shit.
against your own community. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. So like for him to say that, it's like all right, whatever. But for it to be said, it's just a shame that somebody with a different opinion is always going to be looked down upon. You know what I'm saying? And in this time it's critical. You know what I'm saying? And this time it's very critical. And there you go. And I ain't gonna lie, when y'all be in y'all show, I don't even know if it be live or not. I just be texting random because I be texting shit like, hey, just texting shit y'all be saying. But yeah, man, it is, man. And I seen something last week. I was reading and it said we went from being uncaged. The shackles went from around our wrists to around our minds.
I agree, 1,000%, bro. 1,000%.
And that's why I would like. It's crazy because and then on top of that, I know I keep you saying shit, but on top of that, I was looking at something. It said crime rate and everything right now is actually a lot lower than it was like in 1993. You feel me? It's lower. Like all that is lower, but because it's in your face every day, it's like
it makes you think
you see it every day.
Exactly.
You know
but I mean, I agree with you 100%, and that's what I've been saying. You know, from the beginning, like all this shit is like the media, the propaganda is like they turned the dial up 1,000%. You know, as late, so it's like shit that might have been going on in the past is making you feel like it's happening around you like tenfold, even though it may not actually be happening. And that's because we got our phones. You looking down at your phone, 200 times a day. You turn on the television, it's giving you a similar message to what you got on your phone. You turn on the news, it's giving you a similar message to what you got on your phone. Then you talk to your coworker, you talk to some random nigga you met on the street, you stop at 7-Eleven, some nigga in 7-Eleven talking about the same shit. So you know what I'm saying? It's like because everybody getting brainwashed at like such a high level at the same time, it's like creating, it's like our reality is being molded like at an astronomical rate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the brainwashing is so powerful now that you can change the reality of the minds of people like, overnight, almost in a day. You know what I'm saying? In a moment, in an hour. You know what I'm saying? In 6 hours, nigga, the whole world could think some shit happened that didn't happen just because of our phones. Just because of our phones.
If you watch that show Loki, the Marvel jump, they actually talk about like how there's a sacred timeline, and
that joints like that.
They make like adjustments to the sacred timeline. So the stuff that they do now is like they're making adjustments to for the trajectory of what's going on right now. So when they like hustle and bustle to release a bunch of bullshit for you to fall for, or whatever is trending on Twitter or whatever shit. This is an adjustment on the timeline that they need to be on right now. But there is a sacred one that we're going to adjust to eventually. But there is a rush to adjust that timeline, and that shit.
And it's crazy you say that too, because I was talking to one of my kids the other day, and I was like, she was basically talking about she was talking about something, complaining about something, right? And I'm looking at her like, what? And I'm like, I'm listening to her complaint, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, and I'm just thinking of different scenarios, like you haven't witnessed that, nor that, nor that, nor this, for you to even come up with that.
Oh, so yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
that's not even your reality. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I can see where you're getting it from, because you got a phone. You seeing this, you seeing that. You got friends, bro. And they're telling you stories. Like even when kids play, you know what I'm saying? They play house.
Right.
Hey, you say this, and then I'm gonna say that. Okay, yada yada yada. They create. You know what I'm saying? So they do that, and it's crazy because if we don't get a hand on it with these youngers right now, Like you see how they
Yeah.
are
It's
right
a
now.
rap, bro. It's a rap. I know exactly what you mean. I think what you're talking about is like kind of like, you know, it's this, and I think a lot of this because, you know, the thing that make me think about that shit is the whole like situation with Dwayne Wade and his son. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
because I remember Dwayne Wade said some shit like, "Yeah, our son, he's our leader. He's enlightening us on like, you know, this way of life, right?" So I'm like, man, this boy don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck he gonna enlighten you on shit? You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make with that whole thing is like a lot of these kids is growing up thinking like this so-called new age, this new way of thinking is like an enlightened perspective. So you'll have like a kid that's 8, 7 years old, 9 years old, 10, 11, and they getting caught up in this whole so-called new way of thinking, and they be thinking like, nah, dad, you just don't get it. Like, this is the new age. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, nigga, like
Son,
you haven't even experienced enough life to even come up with, you know what I'm saying, your overall perspective. But I think that's what kind of creates that shit, you know. It's like this, like
and it's
kind of
why
like off with the old, on with the new
Yeah,
type
my,
shit.
my
you
son
know?
be talking about Donald Trump. I'm like, nigga, you don't know nothing about like what's going on right now.
like it's
You're
like
just
follow the
regurgitating
leader.
what you probably heard in the in class or whatever's on TikTok or whatever shit like that.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
there's a dark cloud.
It's like follow
you
the
know,
leader.
yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. But you're taking that and you're you know, that's racism. You know what I'm saying? Everything's racist. Like he thinks everything's racist. So
And it's
whatever.
crazy because I'll just ask a question. I won't even give my opinion on it. I won't even say how I feel about it. I'll just ask a question and just watch like the ducks just fall in the row. Like everybody just attack.
Yeah.
I didn't say I believe. I didn't say I thought. I didn't say. I just said I saw. And like, what's your
Yeah,
opinion on it? Like,
I've
it's
experienced
like,
that
ooh.
before too.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. I'd be like, man, hey, I read something that said that niggas would get defensive. I'm like, bro,
Right.
I never said I think that. I said I read something.
Here you
that
go.
said
You one of
that.
the black
You know what I'm
men.
saying?
Y'all
Yeah.
black.
I didn't experience that before. Like,
Uh-huh.
I'll say I read
Like,
something.
hey.
Niggas would act like I was like, nah, bro. I read that.
Relax.
I don't even try. I just
Relax, bro.
like you be like, relax.
But I think that's that social media shit that be making people so like just like aren't like, you know, like they just be triggered, you know what I'm saying? They be ready, you know. Man, that shit just, you know, creates division and creates more fractures amongst the people, you know.
And everybody has to be right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, y'all, let's look past beliefs. Let's look past like what you believe in. Like, let's look at fact. Let's look around. Let's just look at it and like adjust. Like, y'all don't see this shit. Oh, y'all see it, but fuck it. Like, I don't think
they
baffling.
do. They choose not to see a lot of things.
It's baffling, and not even to like to say the deep things. I'm talking about like the problems. You know what I'm saying? The issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, the issues are all tied back into the deep things, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you got an agenda and you done everything in your agenda, you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? But if shit is just chaos and you just like, all right, I don't care what I do. Like, come on, like we
I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
I know
Because it's
exactly what you mean.
Like there's bigger, like of course, like big issues. Let's say a big issue, huge issue would be problems in the African American community, right? Let's say that's a big issue, right? But guess what's a smaller issue within that big issue? Niggas like nigga, you got to get yourself together first. Your mind got to be right before you can fix a culture of people.
Exactly.
People's mindsets got to change within
I
their
agree.
own selves. You see what I'm saying?
Niggas,
And that's we trying to fight wars that we haven't even gotten to that point yet. You know what I'm saying? So
And look,
I agree.
You know, and I don't even say this to mean no harm because. And I say harm like I'm from Compton, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even mean to say this. I don't even mean to say this like to me no harm because like I got fam. I know motherfuckers in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? And that's all they know. But at the same time, you got motherfuckers claiming a block that they don't own nothing on, and just is going to get ran down and become a target or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it gets deep, but. It needs to start with them knowing what's the importance of my grandmother owning this house for so long, and now I'm just running on. And you need to own that, flip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
Like,
but you know what's so crazy? I'm so glad you
It's
brought
deep.
that up. It is deep, and I'm so glad you brought that up because I feel like that's the main reason why they be pumping us full of with all this racism and this discrimination, because they try to distract us from ourselves. They don't want us to look at ourselves as having the power to fix our own situations. They want us to be always seek outside ourselves. They want us to be like, when you going to save us? When you going to protect us? And they distract us from our own power, our own ability to fix our own situation. That's the reason why they're always pumping us with this victimization shit, because they don't want us to believe that we actually have the power to change our realities. You know, they want us to be some dependent ass niggas. Like they want us to be like that, you know?
And that's another thing, especially with like the black women. Like black women so dependent, it's hard to like and a lot of like I can't even like a lot of women. I've had this conversation with a lot of women who be like, well, I understand that ideology, but I had some who were like, what the fuck? But a lot of black women don't even understand. Like every society has made them be so independent that they don't depend on the man, so that's why they end up going through so much, you know what I'm saying? And not even to say like, oh nah, niggas ain't shit, because niggas really ain't shit, let's be real. But at the same time, like their focus is not really in you're saying I need a man that's gonna be what, right? But you just looking at Instagram, looking at your best friend, man, like no, that's not what you like. How you gonna want a man to be such and such when you into this? Like, no, you gotta find somebody in this, and that's how your goals and everything meant. And that's how your relationships last. But it even starts with that, like relationships, the household, like so it's deep. And I hate to say, and even when I was texting Randall, I said, man, it's hard to talk about one topic because one topic,
everything,
it's all the same shit. Yeah.
Me and Randall had that conversation. Everything keeps coming back to the same shit. It does. It's the truth,
right? Like even with the housing, niggas on the block, like yeah. But at the same time, y'all think about this, right? After slavery, everybody went with. Think about it. Everywhere that's a major hood, that's a major inner city, that's where black people went to after slavery. And you got to think, they just went from being slaves to being hood, like. No, I mean, there has to be something in between. You know
for real, I'm glad you brought that up too. Like, nigga, how do we not know that these so-called black communities, it's the same land that was owned by the slave master? These projects, these shit's the same land that was owned by the slave master. Niggas just went from the, you know what I'm saying, like to the inner cities. They went from right from the plantation and the same land. It's like, oh, come here, black people. We have housing. We have this, that. You know, it's like, oh shit, I just came from a plantation. Why the fuck would I not go there? You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, now you got projects that's in all your major cities all across America, you know.
It's because we so focused on the consuming, you feel me? That's what it all boys. We consume so much, we gotta be number one. Instead of being one, we gotta be number one. That's
that consuming thing is like you either consuming or you creating. You know what I'm saying? And we always be talking about we the most creative motherfuckers out here, bruh. So it's like why we always asking the white man for what he can do for us, nigga? We the leaders of creativity. How the fuck we asking them? That's the shit that's why think about
and
that
that's
shit.
That's where that's where you're absolutely. That's where the awakening. I don't want to say the awakening because you know how like everybody be like, I'm woke. Like are you woke or do you understand what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Right. And you hip like so. It's not even about it being like the whole woke or it's way deeper than that. Like financial literacy, bro. And right now, and see, I don't even want to get into the whole presidency because that's a whole nother topic. But look how many black businesses have developed under our last president. I'm just saying. And
this whole plan.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what I would.
And I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about black businesses. Like, just look at everybody. Like, have you ever? Since my whole 78 years of my life living on this planet, I've never seen this many black people pushing and thriving. I don't care if it's they following each other. Like that's a spark. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm selling T-shirts. Oh, my man got T-shirts. All right, boom.
That entrepreneur shit has definitely like sparked like shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. But the more of that, and it's so easy to get distracted nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The more we do that, the more they just gonna throw the distraction. You know what I'm saying? And they can say the music. I'm like, but shit, in Motown, niggas still selling drugs and doing all of that. So you can't say it's the music for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Got one here, Charles.
What that nigga talking about? Barkley. Charles.
I ain't even ask y'all how y'all feel about that.
Yourself. Like Adam said, you get vaccinated for your family first. You get vaccinated for your teammates second, things like that. That's what bothers me about this whole thing. I think everybody should get vaccinated. And let me tell you something. I really am proud of the Nets for putting their foot down, for saying, no, we're not going to deal with this half on, half off. The only thing that bugged me, he's still going to make $17 million sitting at home. I wish they could find a way. If he wants to go on this thing, like, you know, people say he's like Ali. First of all, don't ever compare anybody to Ali. Ali went 3 years without boxing. He was the highest paid athlete in the world. This guy going to make $17 million for sitting at home. But to every person out there, you don't get vaccinated just for yourself. Let's get that out the way.
And no one said you don't. Yeah, let Shaq have his say.
He said,
I try not to tell a person what they should and shouldn't do, right?
Stand.
To each his own. However, in this land that we live in, there's laws and society. And then, Kenny, you know this is what I'm about to say. In order to win the championship, you got to sacrifice. So if I have the thoughts that I have, and then you as Kevin Durant, you say, I'm going to get it, and then you as James Harden say, I'm going to get it, I might as well get it. But Chuck makes a great point. It ain't about you. It's about getting everybody else. I mean, because I had...
All right, so all right, my bad. Go ahead.
They talking about winning the championship. This is bigger than a championship. This is like he has a belief and he wants to stand on it. And you talking about don't ever talk about Muhammad Ali because he sacrificed X, Y, Z. Let the man, you know, let him cook. If you feel like staying home and this is what he believes in, no matter what the cause is, let him do him. That's what you're missing out of. That's what you're missing out of it. Like Ali had a stance. He made the stance. He stuck to it. Kyrie is making a stance. If he chooses to stick with it, let him stick with it. No matter what the cause is, an injustice to one is an injustice to all.
Yeah. So what are they going to do if what are they going to do? Let's say Kyrie get vaccinated, right? And Kyrie gets COVID still. What the fuck are they gonna be like?
That's all Brad Bill was saying. That's exactly what Brad Bill said. That's exactly Brad Bill said.
And that's the whole kick. That's the whole kick when it comes down to it. So you're telling, and that's why I don't even like to talk about it, because like whether you got it or whether you don't, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of which way you go on it or whatnot, you still can. Not only can you just get it, but you can die from it. And not only but like
pass it on.
You're more acceptable to pass it on if you have it. And I'm not just saying this. This is what is proven and what's been reported off of the science, off of what's going on. So it's like no matter which way you go, you stepping on a landmine. You know what I'm saying? So like whether like he steps on that's on him. You know what I'm saying? He is at least he is willing to dress up every day, go out there and represent for that basketball team. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's the only thing that matters, because at the end of the day, when it signed this contract, I'm pretty sure it didn't even say anything about getting no type of vaccination. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like it just said, and then this is I didn't like before any of that. When you listen to it, I didn't hear them mention anything about health. I never mentioned anything about health.
Bro. Exactly.
I only hear, you got to do it for the man next door. Like if you're telling me to get the vaccine so we can go to the bar and not wear our mask and and all of that. Like, come on, that's crazy. But if you're telling me to come on, let's really go out to here because it's going to help build immunity, it's going to help do this, it's going to help to do and you're telling me these things, then yes, then like people, bro.
It's like,
I don't know.
It could be a situation. No. I feel you. It could be a situation where they be like, okay, vaccine. What causes vaccine? Or people not being in shape, people not eating healthy. Then we need to shut down every motherfucking McDonald's. Shut down every I'm saying, like, nigga, if this is like such a fucking pandemic where it's such a public health crisis,
let's
nigga,
be real.
let's eat all healthy foods, all bullshit, everything that causes cancer, everything that clogs your arteries. Let's get rid of all that shit. Like, let's promote working out,
man, that's facts.
In schools,
Howard University, clean y'all fucking dorms.
Exactly. In the schools, let's teach these kids. Let's put every fucking year from 1st grade up to 12th grade, focus on eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything that can put you in a situation where this shit, won't affect your body. Because I think the issue is a lot of these athletes that don't want to take the vaccine is because, like, nigga, I'm young. I'm in the prime of my life. I'm healthy. Like, nigga, this vaccine ain't gonna do shit to me.
Ain't none of them pick the bucket either.
Exactly, bro. Like, and just in general, I think the people who have what's the word? What's it called? Pre-existing conditions. I'm 100% with that, bro. Like, if you got issues and you think that because COVID pretty much preys on compromised immune system. So
and old people, majority is above 85 years old.
I can understand that 100%. But to a young nigga in his prime, like, bro, if he don't want to do that, I'm sure he's good. Lamar Jackson got COVID, and that nigga still don't want to get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But listen to what you just said, though, right? You said, damn, I'm a burner. I just forgot what you just said. That's fucking crazy.
Pre-existing conditions?
Pre-existing conditions.
Oh, yeah, thank you. See, that's a light-skinned brother right there from another, man. Yeah, but, yeah, so, all right, you say, all right, they say we need those that are elderly, pre-existing conditions or whatever the case may be. We need you to line up, right? So they lined up, they got it. And some of those people have gotten it and have passed, and then the first thing they say is, oh, well, it's because they had a pre-existing condition. I'm like, but wait, the reason why you told them to get in the line is the same reason why they pass? And like a lot of people like aren't thinking, and I didn't even think about that until like the other day somebody had mentioned that to me, and I was like, damn. So it's like I said earlier, like landmine, which one you want to pick your poison? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get it, you're doomed. If you do get it, you don't. So it's like let's move past that because now it's available. People are getting it. It's still an issue. Let's really focus on, like you said, let's focus on the issue. It's the immune system. All right, let's focus on what is building the immune system. You know what I'm saying? And let's tap on those things and let's really tackle those things.
But yeah, those aren't going to be shut down or focused on because they make money. That's why Walmart and DoorDash was open during the whole pandemic. Those companies flourished. Amazon, that shit flourished.
Alcohol,
fucking nigga went through the roof.
Yeah,
and then
the
like
price of fucking Hennessy is the price of a fucking kilo right now. God damn.
Nigga, all that shit went up. Nigga, everything went up.
I don't even drink no more, bro. So, like, since this whole pandemic, like, one, I always kind of been like a health freak, but I'm like I hit it hard. I'm vegan now and the whole nine because certain things really tear down the immune system. And on top of that, I'm looking around and like my family is like decreasing. You know what I'm saying? People are really passing because of this illness. You know what I'm saying? So you
don't want to help it. You don't want to aid it.
Exactly. We really gotta start like, and I could talk like, oh yeah, I'm vegan, I stopped drinking. That shit wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? That shit was not easy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. Yeah, we don't all possible. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but at the same time, I feel like it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger right now. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I think at some. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was done.
I was gonna say at some point we gotta talk about this shortage too, or so-called quote unquote shortage.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
just
think it's
saying that. Yeah, go ahead, B.
no. I just think it's I don't know about that.
Yeah, the
Like,
timing of it, because it's like almost like if you're talking about McDonald's and all that stuff and getting your health right, all right, what food are they shorting out? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, no.
It's like, hold
No,
on,
no. So
cuz.
look, you gotta think about it. So shout out Sauce Boss, you know, that was my food, little joint I was doing for a little bit. Sauce Boss, we coming back in the store near you. But when I was doing that, bruh, it was a shortage, bruh. And this is like early pandemic. It was a shortage, like, and then when it was starting to get back, you start hearing like these like big butcher meat companies and it was out even in the news, even in like New York Times, all that.
Yeah,
They
the
talking
wings
about
still sky high.
like meat is really about to start shortening. So what they're doing now is where they getting this food from. Come on now, it's like old food on the shelf. And then if you go to Giant,
Either way,
looking
yes,
for
like,
certain products,
there's nothing on the shelf.
But what I'm
it's
saying
nothing
is like
there.
they're doing that on purpose, though.
Right.
Like,
And then
they
look
doing
who
that
bought up
shit on purpose.
look
Come
who bought up all
on.
the farmland too. All
But
this
this,
is all
exactly.
on,
That's
bruh.
key, but hey, Randall,
Come
that's key right
on.
there.
Get
All
rid
the farmland,
of the
bro.
farms.
Nigga, that tells
and
you
start
everything you need
building
to
the
know.
factories. Get
Yep.
rid of the farms and start building the
Exactly, bro.
factories. If
And
I
that's
could make this,
Yep.
like even with me being vegan, like even the word vegan,
Yeah,
I don't
can't
even like
trust
saying
that
the
stuff.
word vegan, like because
Plant-based.
it's like it has soy in it. Soy is not good. And if y'all know who what's my man name? Tyrone, what's the scientist's name? Tyrone, what's his last name? I'm gonna get his last name and I'm gonna pass it to y'all. If you know what's in soy, it's a pesticide that they use. And I ain't
just know
even
that
get
shit
too
lowers
deep
your
in that. But
testosterone. I just know that much. They that lowers your testosterone. I know that.
Nah,
much.
it has estrogen in it too.
Estrogen, yeah.
So that's exactly what I'm tapping into. You know what I'm saying? And that's why,
why all
like,
these
with this
spicy
whole
niggas out
vegan
here.
and stuff, like, you're not even eating plants, you're eating chemicals.
Yeah.
So you thinking your body still needs the nourishment that, you know what I'm saying, you need from plants and all
Yep,
of that.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It needs the protein, it needs that
Exactly.
iron, not the blood
Oh, I
iron,
know.
but that iron from plants. You know what I'm saying? So
but
when you just
yeah.
eating these, and I love the Beyond Burger, you know what I'm saying? I love it. It tastes bomb, but when you're just eating that, you're not getting no real nutrients from it.
You're not
that's
getting-
You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, but all right, so that goes back to the whole situation. Like, are we living a lie as human beings? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, put it like this: is like we know that God created. You know, it's like life sustains life. It's like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, if I'm eating a raw carrot, or I don't even want to say carrot because I heard that a carrot was a GMO fucking vegetable. Like, that's not.
It's
even
a hybrid.
actually
It's a hybrid.
Exactly,
It's a hybrid.
exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm eating just
Nah, I
a
hear you
raw,
though. I
if
hear
I'm
you.
eating
I
a
hear you.
raw, naturally occurring fruit, most likely I'm probably getting the vegetable. I mean, the nutrients. I'm getting the medicine that comes from that. But then it'll be like, okay, I don't want to eat meat. I'm gonna eat plant-based, lab-created meat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, like 9 times, like, bruh, like, think about that. That's not naturally occurring. It can't be good for you. Like, it might make you think that you're doing the right thing
That's
because you're
all
not
mine.
eating. Exactly, and that's how they be playing with us. But look, a motherfucking what's it called? A goddamn plant-based burger from Burger King ain't no different from eating gummy bears. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the same shit, nigga. It's like, nigga, the gummy bears say, nigga, apple fruit. It's like, nigga, it's a gummy bear, nigga. There's no fucking fruit in that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's
sir.
like this, and I think they be playing like on words, and but I mean,
Yeah, they do.
That's the devil right there, just in general. The devil plays on words better than anything.
And then and then you don't even think about it. The more these crazy, and I ain't gonna say crazy because I am a product of eating all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We all are.
We all are.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like
how long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan. So in 2017, 2017 is when I first did it initially. But that's when I was having my son, and we was like, nah, it's a little tough.
Right.
So I started back in, like, I want to say November last year, and I just been doing it ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming up on a whole year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan on going back. One, everybody look at me like I'm crazy. I know y'all probably
Yeah, I know.
damn boy, you lost big weight. Like I did. I lost about, I ain't gonna lie, I went from, because
Probably
you
like
know, I
30.
always worked out, play football and stuff. So I was like 220. Now I'm at about a good like 180, like 175. But I still feel good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel good.
No, the reason why I asked you is because I went vegan. This is a couple years ago. I was vegan for about a year. And the crazy thing was that while I was eating healthy, but the funny thing was that, so I, like, out of nowhere, like I would get like these spells of me being like, I would be like tired, and like I would have like these weird like body sensations. So I booked an appointment. I went to see my primary care doctor. They ran tests. I got a physical, and she was like, "Yo, like, you're healthy, yes, because you went vegan, but your vitals, your malnutrition." Because you like you guys were saying, a lot of the things that they quote unquote promote when it comes to like Beyond Burger and all these, you aren't getting the right nutrients that you're supposed to be getting, especially as an African American black male. I need to be having a whole rack of shit going into my body. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the misconception, though, my man.
It's crazy.
That's the misconception. So like when I first, and that's why I even had to stop the first time, because I'm like, bro, I can't stop. Like, bro, you cook, like you eat. Come on, bro. Like, no. But then at the same time, this time it even hit that much harder, because it's like, it's not about eating to get full. No, you got to eat to fuel the body, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how you got to look at food. Like you don't look at food as
and medicine too. You know,
exactly. But you look at it as fuel. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even supposed to eat when you're about to go exercise, because really when you eat, it's going to wear you down. No,
that's a fact.
It's a timing. Bro. It's a lifestyle. It's really a lifestyle.
I thought I was good. I was eating the lentils and you know what I'm saying, all that soy shit. Like you were saying, it's like, like, yo, wait a minute, yo. Like, why do I feel like this? It's just something.
I mean,
right.
I agree with that. I think just in general, our overall diet is like, we're not really supposed to be eating for like, you know, flavor and because it tastes good or because it's delicious. Nigga. Like food is literally for the purpose of like, you know, sustaining us. Like, you know,
salmon and lamb chop yesterday.
Nigga, I throw some beef ribs on the grill in a second. Nigga.
and I'm talking shit like I'm like everything good, because I still cook it. You know what I'm saying? My family and everybody love it.
That's another thing.
I still cook it, like, and it's tough because it's a part of the black tradition. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because if you look at a lot of things that's a part of the black tradition, you know what I'm saying, and we grown to just adapt and just ignore, and just hold on to the.
But that's the thing. That's on purpose. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And then when you say that, it's like the guilt comes into, you know, to us, and they're like dang, like nah, I don't feel guilt. Like,
that's what I was about to say. I don't feel guilty. I feel like, you know, just we didn't know, we didn't know exactly. Now we know. Like I don't feel, because I think that's part of the problem. I think it's like that guilt, and then it's this defensiveness, and then it's like, well, because I'm just being real. I've literally seen this conversation within my own family. Like, oh, but I know scrapple is bad for you, but my mama cooked that for me, so I'm gonna keep cooking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep cooking this because nigga, like I was raised off that. It's like, I get that. I understand.
Right, you get
that don't mean that grandma was a bad person. You know what I'm saying? That's just all they knew. They didn't grow up in the information.
Like nobody questioned.
Like, so let me ask you this question. I'm glad you said that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. So let me ask you this question. What do you think about our parents? You know what I'm saying? Our parents, being that they didn't have the information that they didn't have, to a certain extent, not really being the ones who really can point us on how to, like, if for an example, if my father never been a millionaire, I can't ask my dad, hey dad, how can I be a millionaire? He was never a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So to a certain extent, like I don't know the
You
question.
can't
I'm trying to
blame them
ask.
type of thing. I
Right.
see what you're saying, but that's why it's like it goes into the conditioning. They condition black people not to think maybe, just maybe, it's not healthy to eat pig ass. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, nobody thought to think about that. Like, this can't possibly be sanitary. Like, this is not. This can't possibly be good to eat.
But you would say that, and you be like, oh, you would say that to like older dudes, people's aunts, uncles, and shit. They're like, oh, what the hell wrong with you?
But see,
soft and shit.
that's
and
the
meanwhile,
thing. But
they walking around diabetes, one leg chopped off,
exactly,
and shit like that.
motherfucking wheelchairs and shit. Like exactly.
Oh,
and
what the hell you talking about? But you got fucking blood pressure medicine in your pocket jingling around.
I think you're 100% correct. I think a lot of that's tied in, because the oppression or the bullshit that black people deal with growing in this country. So it's like kind of like, all right, we got to stick together. So we got to think just one way. We like, it's like, okay, but this is what we developed. This is what we do as black people. Like so you mean to tell us that like,
y'all know where that came from?
To adapt the white man's way makes us like, better. Like, what I'm saying? It's like, we kind of attach ourselves, like put it like this, is like we went through slavery. Then it's like through the adaptation to slavery, you kind of develop certain traits, even though that may not be like, the ideal way of going about things, but you adapted that through going through slavery. Then you attach yourself to that. Then when someone says, hey, man, I don't know if that's the best way, you be like, what you want to me? I'm black. Like, this is what I've been doing for 80 years. What
Stockholm syndrome.
It's Stockholm syndrome. There you go. Couldn't explain it. Couldn't say it no better. Couldn't say it no better.
Example.
Stockholm syndrome.
The food we eat, right? A lot of people don't know that on a lot of the plantations, they had doctors on the plantations who used to look over the slaves and feed them starch, bad food, and to keep them big so they can be, keep them.
They have the energy to keep working. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So that comes from us always having to eat that so we can be good workers for profit. Like he said, my great grandmother cooked it. It's been cooked down in my family. You know what I'm saying? And here we are, assuming that and knowing that it originally, and not knowing because they don't tell us this, but it originally, started off to kill us and just bulk us up so we can be slaves.
Put it like this, like I stopped eating pork when I was probably like 22, 23, right? So I just remember just going around family members, and I'm probably the first person in my family to stop eating pork. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I love pork.
Actually, I take that back. I don't know, but I'm not like like I said, I don't judge. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying for me, you know what I'm saying? But my father grew up pescatarian. Like he all he ate was fish, this, that, and third. But I just remember just having the conversations. Why you don't eat pork? You know what I'm saying? And I remember just like, this whole, like, it was a thing. It was just never like, okay, that's what you choose not to do. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then it always went to the conversation of, well, my mama did it. Well, my grandmama did it. So you trying to say you trying to say my mom wrong? You trying to say my you trying to say my grandmother didn't love me because she used to make me pork? It's like, bro, I'm just saying I choose not to do that. That don't mean that I'm judging your grandmother or you know what I'm saying? But I just noticed that like that becomes a conversation, you know what I'm saying?
And another thing that's kind of odd is the fact that like you took the conversation that we're having right now, and someone who, let's say you used to eat that way, but now you don't. Like you just said, Lighthouse, that's for you, right? And that's how you feel. You wouldn't, like, if you saw somebody eating bacon, you wouldn't be like, oh, why are you eating bacon?
Exactly. I don't give a fuck.
But guess what,
nigga? Bacon tastes great. Like, nigga,
exactly.
eat that.
It smells even better.
I just chose not to eat it.
Exactly.
Trust me, I wish I could have some bacon. I just chose not to.
God.
Smells even better.
But the funny thing is that when the shoe is on the other foot, those people will look at you eating a Beyond Burger and be like, why would you eat? Like, what is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they look down upon you eating healthier versus looking down upon them.
You don't
eating
even
worse.
have to have.
You see what I'm saying? It's weird.
Have to have a meal in front of them. You could just be like, "Oh, I don't eat meat." What? Shit, like you hear the record scratch and everything. You're like, damn, like oh shit, he gotta leave. Who guys is this? Like, damn, like I'm sorry, like
some real shit.
Like, imagine if I never said nothing. You would have went to the bar with me. You would have got me a shot. We would have continued to do what we was doing. But damn, I don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because like they've done an amazing job. You know what I'm saying, with getting
Future.
not just like black people, but people, period, just to think all in one direction. And even while you're looking in the same direction, still be mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? And
But
point the
exactly,
finger at
bro.
each
We
other.
be wanting the same goals and still be mad because the nigga like had one nuance or one little slight little difference of perspective.
Oh, you eat turkey bacon?
Like how this nigga trying to fight for the blacks, but he eat turkey. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? It be like, really? Does that mean I don't care for my people? Because I literally heard a nigga say he can't be for his people if he don't have a beard. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've literally heard that. I've heard that before too.
Wow.
Like, and then like this country literally thrives on Thanksgiving, right? But Native Americans hate Thanksgiving, but they still pump it out. I'd be like, that's crazy. And if it's about the Native Americans, they don't like it. Why the fuck are we doing
Yeah,
it?
but go and cancel the football team name.
Oh shit, you can't do that. What's that shit? The Romans, to keep the people from starting chaos, give them
trinkets.
Yeah,
pander. That's what pandering is, nigga. Yeah. Like that's basically what pandering is, you know.
Yeah, give them games and gladiators and shit to watch. and we can move how we move, but
there you go.
That's wild. This a family show?
Nah, not at all, man.
I got click no every time I upload shit, but yeah, are we gonna leave this right here because we've been on 2 hours 35 minutes, is longer than we expected. But you know, we did a remix.
That's a good thing though.
Yeah, we did a remix show. This is the first time having Boo Boy on. Boo Boy, you need to come back for
overtime. Yeah, definitely, bro.
Definitely gotta come back from overtime. But yeah, this is Appreciate the Flight Room TV each and every Wednesday, even though this is a Thursday. Each and every Wednesday, we start out live about 8:30 with the fifth quarter sports podcast, Flight Room, the regular jump, and then overtime we talk about topics like this, the shit that they don't want us talking about. The hard hitting shit right to the fucking kidney. But yeah, it's Remy Please of the Flight Room podcast. Hit you on Spotify, iTunes. The new recap is on Instagram. It was giving me trouble uploading the shit, but I don't know. I guess the whole little story I posted had him looking. But we back on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, iTunes, all that shit. But yeah. Peace, y'all.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.